Sick. Alrighty, team. We are taking a moment to travel to the fictional world of Serpentine, pronounced like turpentine. It is a city on the coast of a nondescript country where there are many different types of people that like to live there, because I need to be able to do accents to differentiate characters. But it is basically a town that is on the smaller city side, big enough to have its own airport, not quite big enough to be able to stop over destination. It has grown up mostly, or built itself up as largely a trade area. There's a number of train freight and various cargo ships and things like that come through this place. And the ambuscade coast on which Serpentine is placed is also somewhere that has a fair bit of historical events surrounding it. There's been a fair bit of maybe some piracy around this area. There's been some interesting battles every now and again, and a number of weird phenomena that tend to crop up in various different places. The characters that are going to be exploring this town, we are going to get to in just a second. But before that, I'm going to give you, the chat, and the players, but the players have to forget this, a fun little glimpse at the beginning of our story, a little flashback vignette, if you will. So, as we enter into this, picture a fairly modern shipyard, somewhere where a number of freighters come through, and it is later in the evening where some of the bigger deliveries are being processed by many of the dock workers there. There is a huge shipping container that kind of comes off one of the larger ships, lands on the docks with a bit of a thud, and the front door of it gets cracked open, and a number of people start moving bits and pieces, various boxes, various crates, various bits of mail bags and things like that, general items that are moving either through Serpentine or to various places in the nearby coast. And as they're moving through, there are a pair of dock workers that are doing most of the transporting things from this freight onto a nearby cart, so to speak, a nearby movement onto other buildings. And a couple of pieces kind of tumble off. There's a large breeze that goes through the port, and a number of smaller bits of mail kind of get scattered across the cement in front of them. One of them kind of sighs, a younger guy, very well built, but very clearly sick of having to be up this late working in the rain and the cold and the drizzle. And as he gets up, picks up most of the pieces of mail, puts a couple of them into his arm, grabs another one, and goes to put them back on the cart, and his other hand freezes. He kind of thinks for a second, and there is a singular A4-sized package in his hand, about the size of an envelope, but it has a number of heavy-duty kind of packing around it, so it's a little bit thicker than you might expect. He's kind of holding it in one hand, looking at the cart, and just kind of pockets it, puts it into the inside of a working jacket, and kind of holds onto it, and continues going about his day, and finishing up with the rest of the movement of the freight, and carrying stuff off of the dockyard and off into the night. And from that scene, our vision also shifts far across town, away from the port side, away from the coast of the city, further in and further forward in time. The area that we are now in has a much more sterile kind of feel to it, that kind of plasticky bulk standard office setup that you might come to expect if you've ever had to do an admin job in your life. And a number of the pinboard cubicles, a number of clacking keyboards going in the background, as well as the sounds of various phone calls that sound like basically the same conversation happening over and over again, just slightly out of sync of each other. And in one of these cubicles, there is the blinking cursor on a document awaiting the next kind of outgoing call, as one of our members of our team awaits for their next kind of orders from their main place of employment. Dave, would you like to introduce your character and just a little bit of what they look like and their kind of vibe?
Absolutely, I would love to do that because I know them so well.
Hell yeah.
So Lane Cavanagh. Oh, Lane. What a douche. He's a corporate stiff to some extent. He has literally dranken the corporate Kool-Aid. Loyal, dependable, until recently. Because recently Lane has started to question some of the business practices of this tech company that he works for. A tech company that has compensated him well. He's well-to-do. He's got a comfortable life. He's had some mishaps in his life. He's got some things that he regrets. The disillusion of his marriage, which he thinks about often. But he is usually dressed to the nines. He wears a suit and tie. He's got the pointed brown, loafers on, recently shined, or possibly even brand new. He's a sharp-looking character with a beautiful head of hair, not a whisker on his face. He shaves twice a day to keep his face nice and smooth. He's in his 30s. He seems to have the whole world in front of him, yet he carries this sort of heavy weight upon his shoulders of this company that he wants to leave. But it seems like they just kind of have their hooks inside of him.
Wonderful. And as you, Lane, are sitting in front of this computer, you've been so efficient with getting all your tasks done for the day. You've been very on top of your to-do lists. You have been, this is kind of a Thursday afternoon at this point. You've been managing to get through all your workload so that you could have a cruisy Friday, although you have been fairly dedicated to being as focused at work towards the end of the week as you have been previously, even though your mind might wander a bit. And as you've been waiting to kind of assess what your next moves might be, you see an in-company chat messenger app that you use to sometimes talk to some of your managers or to kind of get instructions from other folks. You see the classic triple dots of an incoming message from some of your higher ups. Can you please make our first roll of the mystery? You, as the initiate in our game, at the beginning of each mystery or each adventure that we're going to play in Monster of the Week, you get to roll to see if you get any kind of insider information that you might potentially be able to use as part of whatever mystery happens, though Lane might not fully be aware of what they're getting into just yet. Can you please roll plus charm for me to see how much information you might be able to get from your mysterious company?
100%. Please remind me what I roll.
2d6.
Thank you.
And then a modifier.
And then add my charm, which is +1.
Mm-hmm. Correct. Anytime you're rolling, it's always going to be 2d6.
Okay, thanks. Oh, well, that's a total of 3 with the +1. I just rolled snake eyes.
Excellent. Thank you. Also, for those unfamiliar with Monster of the Week, I don't roll dice. I can only do bad things to my players if they roll badly. So thank you for giving me stuff to do at the very beginning of the game. I appreciate it. You look at this incoming message. With your 3, that is technically a failure. And when it comes to your interacting with your sect, sometimes you get sort of additional information from this company that kind of helps out in other along with your other mysteries. When you get a failure, it usually means that your company asks you to do something a little bit unfavorable, a little bit unsavory sometimes. And you see that kind of triple dot message coming in, and there is a not a specific message just to you. There is kind of an office-wide like announcement that gets put out to to yourself and a number of your other employees. You see that there is, would you like to name the company that you work for as well, given that it is your particular sect that you are involved with?
Human Environs and Logistics Limited. And
Correct.
this is, and actually the triple ones is not surprising because Lane he's trying not to let anybody know, but he's under administrative review right now. So it's a perfect role to start this mystery because he's pretty nervous that he's might get let go, and getting let go from Human Environs and Logistics Limited is not a good thing.
No, absolutely. You see this message come through from the head of the logistics sector of Human Environments and Logistics, and you see that there is a new initiative getting rolled out by your company that is not it's a public scope, but it is not a public-facing initiative. There's a message that comes through that informs you they are beginning. They want a number of people that are usually office staff like yourself to help them fulfill a kind of like surveying project elsewhere in town. And you can see that there are a number of like the equivalent of like power poles or like infrastructural buildings in town that Human Environs and Logistics Limited has helped put in place that they are now wanting to have installed with monitoring devices, is the way that they phrase it. The image that comes with the announcement is like basically a CCTV camera, but a lot more discreet. It's like a smaller kind of rectangular box that this announcement comes with instructions that they need a number of employees to operate as field staff to put these items into like the public environment, and it is not. The announcement advises discretion, which I think for you makes you think that this is, even though they are saying that this is on like HELL property, it's not necessarily like gone through all of the necessary legal legal requirements in order to have this kind of system set up. But the announcement basically says like you will be given 6 of these items to take with you when you like leave the office today, and we need you to help like put them out into the town.
Oh, on a fucking Thursday? Oh. This is so HELL.
As you groan that to yourself, you hear the very quick footsteps and honestly smell the person approaching before you see them. A woman in her like early 50s with a very well curled kind of bob haircut and a fine kind of cable knit sweater over her shoulders immediately like comes tapping around the corner of your cubicle and pokes her head around the side. It's like, oh my God, did you hear the news?
Yep.
This is Darlene.
I sure did, Darlene. You seem rather chipper.
I just think it's going to be so lovely to kind of make more of I love talking to people so much. It's so nice to kind of get out in the town, get to meet the neighbors, have a nice chat while we're getting their hands dirty a little bit. I don't know about you, if that's your kind of thing you get into.
I mean, I usually like to work behind the scenes. I'm not really a, community engagement type. But if we're just watching and listening, I guess I'm okay with it. Yeah, I'm all for it. I mean, this is a great initiative. I'm extremely fired up about it, Darlene.
Well, of course. I mean, it's for the greater good, right?
Absolutely,
it's for making sure everybody's keeping safe, and anything that needs maintenance is going to be well up to scratch. We can keep a better eye on that. And hey, listen, honey, and she kind of comes and puts like a hand on your shoulder nearest the edge of the cubicle.
Yes, Darlene.
Honey, hey, if you a tough time talking to people, I am more than welcome to accompany you so we can get this done together.
I mean, I don't know if that's necessary, honestly. I mean, I can talk to people. I talk to people all the time. I mean, I talk to all kinds of people.
Okay. I'm just offering. I could bring a little picnic. It could be a nice little catch up. But no, you're probably busy with your own thing. Well, I can go grab a little bag for you. We can get all that sorted out before you leave.
That'd be great, Darlene. Thank you so much.
Wonderful. Can you roll to manipulate someone, please, which is a roll plus charm, just to see how well you can convince Darlene that you are on board with the plan?
Total of 10.
10, cool. A 10 is a complete success. Though you may not be as much of a forward-facing individual, you are able to at least dissuade Darlene from thinking that you have whatever gripes you might have with this particular initiative that's being put out. Darlene leaves, the smell of like fresh-baked cinnamon rolls kind of going past with her. And do you pick up your allotment of monitoring gear when you leave for the day?
Absolutely. And I pick up my equipment and any instructions associated with them. And then as I'm sort of walking out, I'll just sort of poke into Darlene's desk and just be like, Darlene, do you happen to have any sort of map of where the devices are to be installed? Anything like that? Just so I know, a little bit better about the distribution of the units and such. Make sure that we're getting a broad distribution, the best possible sample, that kind of thing.
Yeah, absolutely. I can get that all sorted out for you. No problem at all.
And any of the, and you didn't happen to make any of those chocolate chip cookies, did you?
I mean, I know they're your favorite, so I saved you a couple. There's a tiny little bundle of them wrapped in like a little napkin for you.
Darlene, you are the best.
Wonderful. From that moment, we are going to shift slightly later in the day again and further across town. This is now heading into kind of the early evening across nearby the local university, Woolwich University. It is mostly a like business sciences and information tech sort of expertise style of education center. There are a number of people that come through here. It's a fairly well-respected learning establishment. And behind it, there is a rather large gymnasium. Even though they are more of a science-minded university, still got to have a football team, still got to have the swimming club, the people that are there that are able to get their sports scholarships in. And when they're not being used by students, there is another sign underneath the gymnasium label for this particular building. That is the Goju Ryo Dojo, a place of training and focus for those interested in perfecting their karate skills. And as we go through the windows of this particular building at a later time at night, we see a handful of individuals that are in the process of honing their martial arts and their inner focus, including another one of our hunters. Alan, would you like to introduce your character, please?
Yes, I will. Sal Burnside is currently in the lineup, finishing up the class. Sal is a tall gentleman with a kind of a buzz cut and like a big Tom Selleck mustache. And he's currently he's wearing, because this is like a community class, he's wearing like his gi top, and it's done up. But he couldn't really afford the pants, so he's just wearing some Kathmandu, Mountain Warehouse trail pants that he's that he's zipped into the shorts. Mm-hmm. And yeah, he's currently sitting there kind of braced with his he's currently a purple belt, and he's just trying to hold a horse stance basically and just sweating profusely.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and Sal is intensely focused in what is happening.
Great. Roll to act under pressure for me.
Act under pressure.
As much as possible. 2d6 plus your cool.
Yes, and I also believe whenever I act under pressure, I can do other things.
Yes, this is true. Let me also grab that.
That's only if forces alter the environment around me. So that's different.
Yes,
that's different.
For certain things, correct.
Yes. So I'm just rolling.
Just 2d6 plus cool.
Plus cool. 2d6 plus cool. That is a total of 7 minus 1.
Yes.
So 6.
That's another failure.
Yeah. So he's just like.
We're doing so good.
Incredible. This is a question about kind of Sal as a person as well. Do you think that what do you think would give out first? Sal's body or Sal's focus?
Absolutely Sal's focus. He's his like the sensei is always saying like, still your mind. But Sal's mind is often going elsewhere. Like it's not still, it's like he's thinking about the weird stuff that he's been noticing around the community, and he thought maybe, going to this karate class he would find the discipline to hone his mind, but it's just too much stuff is going on, so his focus gives out first. Absolutely.
Incredible. As you are like staring at a specific knot in the wooden paneling of the gymnasium in front of you, just trying to maintain your engagement as much as possible, the thing that kind of catches the curiosity of your mind the most is you hear the like of a phone going off, on silent, on vibrate. But you can hear it. You hear it first, and it sounds like it's one message.
Yeah.
And then you hear it go off again, and your brain goes like, "Whose is that?" Yeah. And you kind of get distracted by doing the math of like who in the lineup, whose gear is that actually there?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And after a while, it stops from being just a singular message and then continues to vibrate. And you see that not the lead sensei of the dojo, but another member who is actually a couple of like ranked up from you.
Oh yeah.
Eventually sighs and steps out of line as they also hear their own phone going off.
Yeah.
This individual you would recognize as Senior Sergeant Sean Codell. This is not your official connection that you do have as part of your monster hunting team. This is a member of the local police force that kind of ranks above the individuals that you have connections with. But you see also that Senior Sergeant was like trying to keep as much focus as possible, and then eventually just has to give in because they know they're being disruptive. Goes over, picks up the phone, and you hear them kind of having a bit of a hushed conversation, and eventually they start like keep the phone to their ear and start gathering up their stuff to kind of make their way out of the building. Is there anything you would like to do as that's happening?
I think Sal is trying to maintain his stance as much as possible, but is now blatantly just watching the sergeant. And it's like, what? And it's doing that thing where like everyone's in a line and he's leaning out from the line to look, like with his arms like still here, being like, what the?
Absolutely.
Like, just not even subtle about it anymore. He's like, what is going on?
Yeah, absolutely. You like leaning out a little bit. The moment that the sergeant like turns around, very quickly like eyes lock on you, both with a like, hey, mind your business, and also a hey, get back in formation. The sergeant is very on keeping to the training schedule. I'm just like, damn it. Yeah. But you see them, you see him gather up his stuff and like make apologies to the sensei and then start leaving. And as he's walking past you, like in the line to get back out of the building, you catch a glimpse of you catch a small amount of the conversation, which is as he's walking past in a very hushed tone, you hear the sergeant say, okay, just don't touch the body. I'll be there in a sec. And start leaving. You gather that he's probably had some kind of business call that has dragged him away from work.
Oh yeah, and I think the moment he says that, I think Sal immediately falters and is like, what? Yes, and it's just like he's like all composure is gone, all discipline is out the window. Yeah, and Sal's immediately like, and then Sal's like, Sensei, I think I went a little too deep in the horse stance. And it's like leans over, like starts limping over towards his bag. Like, so apologies, Sensei.
Incredible.
Wow.
Do you have a name for your sensei? Because this is Monster of the Week. I'm going to throw as many hey, you make the decisions at you players as possible as well. Do you have a particular name for your sensei, or is it just sensei?
Oh yeah, no, it's just Sensei Philip.
Sensei what, sorry?
Sensei Philip.
Philip, wonderful.
Yeah.
Sensei Philip.
Not Phil, Philip.
Philip. Yes, absolutely. Yep. Cool. You make your apologies.
And Sensei Philip is like a 60-year-old like white guy who, when you look at him, you're like, does that guy do karate? You know, he's not an athlete.
Sure.
But Sensei Philip is like, is like 10th Q, like, he's like, well, here's photos of him in Japan.
Yeah.
So everyone's like, well, of course, yeah, right.
Of course, yeah. Is he like Hokage style, where he actually has crazy muscles underneath, or is he not actually that built and is just?
No, he's not. He's an overweight white guy.
Incredible.
Wears glasses when he's teaching, and his stance is impeccable. Mm-hmm. Like he has trained, like, Sal is pretty sure he once saw Sensei Philip like karate like 5 guys in a car park,
Yeah, pretty sure. Sure. No one caught it on camera, but we're feeling.
But I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Can he please have a ponytail?
Yeah,
Sensei Philip,
yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
A white ponytail.
Yeah.
But the
receding in the front. Yeah.
Yes.
Wonderful. Cool. Yeah, you make your apologies to Sensei Philip, and Sensei Philip is still kind of quite focused in, but even within that focus, doesn't necessarily say anything, because I think Sensei Philip is respecting trying to not disrupt the other people in the session. But you get that kind of like glance at you and then a glance back to focus that gives you the inherent like washing sensation of like, you are dismissed, equivalent. And you start making your way out of the building.
I do, yes.
Cool.
Trying to surreptitiously follow the senior sergeant.
For sure. You head out of the main doors of the gymnasium and kind of into the back quad of the university. And you can see that the senior sergeant is like still kind of fumbling with a bunch of gear and a bunch of like getting keys out of a coat over near the car park, and is getting into like a mufti squad car, the ones that kind of look like everyday cars for kind of not being too obvious out in public. And you can hear over the phone, or you can hear like over the distance of the courtyard, him speaking on the phone, and still saying, they're like, okay, just explain again. Yeah. Okay. All right. Sure. Okay. Well, don't touch it. Why? Where exactly? The whole thing? Okay. Sure. I mean, I'll get the coroner on it, but let me know when staff arrive, like scene staff arrive, and I'm gonna get there as fast as I can. Is there anything you want to do while the senior sergeant is getting into the car?
Sal is just trying to remain unseen, because he's like, I think Senior Sergeant Sean Codell has encountered Sal at places like this before, so Sal's just like, I don't want to.
Yeah. For sure, absolutely. Yeah. You kind of keep a little bit to the background of the building, and you manage to go unseen for the most part, just because the senior sergeant is like very clearly very wrapped up in what they're dealing with. And I think you know that you have kind of 2 options available to you. Is either you could potentially follow where this is leading and follow the senior sergeant, for like, if you want to risk being that obvious about it. You're also aware that if it is something that is your kind of weirdness, your own contact in the Force will probably get in touch with you like in the morning when it's less of a hot situation for you to engage with.
I think at the mention of the body, I think Sal would have been like, "Oh, interesting. I'll wait till tomorrow."
Yeah.
But as soon as he said, like, there was more things like all of it, like what's happening, like it sounds like there's complications with what's going on.
Cool.
I think Sal feels an urgency to kind of get to the mystery before potential clues are gone.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead, and so you, at this point, your main option would be like tailing Senior Sergeant to see where they end up going in their car.
Yeah.
Do you have your own vehicle that you would be doing that in?
I do. Sal has like a cheap kind of SUV, like a Toyota Rav4,
Yeah, great.
Yeah, but like the older Rav4.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Cool. Go ahead and roll to act under pressure to see how well you can tail the sergeant without getting spotted.
Nice. And this is 2d6 plus cool again?
2d6 plus cool again.
Oh, boy. Oh, that's 8 minus 1, so a 7.
Okay, so that's a 7. That is a mixed success. So with a mixed success for act under pressure, yeah. I can give you a hard choice, a worse outcome, or a price to pay. And I think you managed to follow the Senior Sergeant for the most part. You see that the car actually ends up going kind of back towards the coastline, towards another residential area, but one that is more like working class residential. And you get to the street that the car's going to. You get to like the end corner of it, and you see the Senior Sergeant kind of pull the car over at the corner, and you kind of park across the other side of the intersection. And then you see the Senior Sergeant like get out of the car and not continue down the street, come towards your car. What would you like to do?
I'm going to we're near the coastline.
Yeah, you're like a couple of blocks in from the coast. Yeah.
Yeah, great. I'm going to reach into the glove box and pull out like a travel book, like a journal, and begin flicking through it. And then when the Senior Sergeant arrives, like wind down the window, be like, "Oh, hey, Sergeant, I'm just going to do some late night photography on the coast there. Just wanted to double check the spots that I have to go to."
Cool. Yeah, you see the Senior Sergeant when you roll the window down, kind of just leans in on the window frame, looking at you hard. Senior Sergeant is like a tall guy with like very close cut hair, and a clean face as well, and a very like aged from having dealt with a lot, but not necessarily an old guy. Kind of leans in through the window and it's like, "Photography, yeah."
Yep. Yeah. And I'll like gesture to the back of the back seat, which has got my bags full of like microphones and cameras, like monitor, like for when I go and investigate shit. We're like, "Oh, yeah. Just there's a good spot out on the coast there." I just wanted to make sure.
And roll to manipulate someone. So roll 2d6 plus charm.
2d6 plus charm. Okay. That's another 7.
Okay.
Yeah.
They'll believe you if you do something right now to show that they made it. And you see the Senior Sergeant kind of gives you a solid, like, straight look in the eyes, and then kind of steps back from the window a little bit. It's like, "Well, I better not keep you."
Like,
you need to leave.
Yeah. And I think Sal takes that point to be like, "Yes." starts the car and is like, "That way?" Yeah, great.
That's the water, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Shihan, Sergeant. Thank you. Yes, us. Oh God, it's like,
Yeah, you start heading off. You see that the place that they kind of stopped outside of is Bishop Street, is the like location in Serpentine. But you start heading off. If Sal was at all tempted to kind of circle back on a very quick pass by the block again, Senior Sergeant's still standing there. As you very much get the impression of the like,
hey, bye.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, they're not an idiot. And I think eventually you're like, okay, cool. I got a little bit of info. I'll circle out of the way.
Yeah.
And as you head off into the night with some idea of some weirdness or some events going on in town, we are going to shift again slightly further ahead in time to the morning of the next day, in fact. I would like, before we even get introduced to it, Emily, could you please roll 2d6 plus weird before we get to meet your character?
Oh. Okay. Plus weird. An 11.
Hell yeah. Awesome. You see as time kind of moves forward and the scene in front of us changes, there is the vision of a blisteringly cold mountainside. There is the intense feeling of like exhaustion and sweat that is like clinging to your body in full rivulets. There is the sense that if you moved for a second, you would fall off a cliffside and almost into a deep and dangerous ravine below. And despite that, you feel this energy inside yourself of clinging tightly onto this part of the mountainside. As the figure kind of comes to the feet again and is able to take in the surroundings around them more clearly. Can you please introduce your character and what they looked like before they got here?
Okay. Before we got here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Where is hair not being serpentine?
Yes, correct.
Okay. My character is a being.
Mm-hmm.
This description is a being.
It's important to clarify.
Yeah. Constructed of what at first glance appears to possibly be flame, and then at second glance appears to possibly be smoke, and at third glance appears to possibly be mist, with that strange ethereal quality of like wispiness.
Mm-hmm.
The edges kind of blur. You can't really get a full read on anything like gender or really any physical attributes whatsoever. As the light shifts in this mountainous place, bouncing assumably off like white, and then also just bouncing off a whole bunch of spaces in the air. There's the impression of wings, and then the impression of and feathered wings, and then the impression of no wings at all, and then the impression of perhaps that was the mountain behind. And what is noticeable is that roundabouts where you would think like potentially a hand grip would be, is a very physical actual sword. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
And I will leave it there. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
As you kind of come to awareness of the surroundings around you, you can feel the cold against your form. You can taste the like chill in the air around you, and as quickly as you get your bearings, you feel the sudden shift of, not necessarily that gravity is changing, but now the ground underneath your feet is a lot less solid than it was before. And it's not that the mountainside has caved. It is as if an elevator has just given out beneath you and you are on the surface of the rocks, shooting down this ravine at a rapid speed. The fire and smoke of your form is shifting so rapidly around you that for a second, it's hard to tell when there's another similar being in the space with you. It's only when you have like this overwhelming sense of this smoke clouding your vision that you're able to tell that something else is also kind of made its way to you and is trying to catch up to you at the same rate that you are like moving down the ravine. And this thing that is trying to come towards you, make a roll to act under pressure for me as well, actually. Roll plus cool.
That's another 10. My cool is it's another 11.
Nice. Awesome.
Thank you.
You
let's not jinx it.
As this thing, this other form is racing down towards you, trying to catch you at the same rate, almost instinctually, you feel the form that is trying to catch you is reaching for where your grip on the sword is. And with your other hand, before you even see it properly or sense it properly with like your active mind, your other limb reaches out and catches something that is moving even faster. It is not the same shifting smoke or flame or anything like that. It feels almost more like it is made of clay. It has this very like wet kind of malleability to it as you grab a hold of it. And it's hard to make out a full shape of it because it is so malleable that it is shifting in the shifting with the velocity that you are moving at. You grab a hold of it in one hand and you can feel deep inside of this malleable shape the pulse of like a heartbeat of a living thing that you are holding on to. And as you're still rocketing towards the ground and you feel that change of pressure that indicates that you are about to hit it really hard, you hear the other form that is finally caught up with you. You feel it grab a hold of your sword grip and you hear it lean down towards you and whisper, "Redemption." And then you hit the ground. And as you do so, the Kiera that is in the regular Serpentine world suddenly wakes up with a start in what kind of room does Kiera live in most of the time? And also, what does Kiera look like in the more human world?
Kiera in the more human world is a 27-year-old young woman with kind of silvery blonde hair that sort of wisps away at the edges. And hang on, I have my little description.
Hell yeah.
Blue eyes, willowy, and yet like if she happens to like grip a cup of coffee or whatever, slight biceps. And she wakes in it's like a sleep out kind of room above a garage kind of vibe. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
You wake up and you remember most of that vision that just got described, almost like a very, very vivid dream. But it doesn't feel like a memory kind of dream. It doesn't feel like something you are remembering from the past. It feels more recent, or at least it doesn't feel like something that has already happened. It feels as if you were in that moment as that was happening, and now you can remember it in your waking mind as you are taking your coffee and going about having your morning breakfast. This is about 7 a.m. on a Friday morning when you've woken up. And as the three of you, however you would like to, are going about beginning your day, all of you get a message from your official contact. You get a message from an Officer Intergart, who doesn't send a message that is very overly flowery, but sends a very quick text to the three of you that is, I have something I think you should see. Are you free tonight to meet Coroner's office? What do y'all say?
Oh, yes. Yeah, I think Sal sends back a thumb up. Is it a group chat, or are we like...
I'll say probably a group chat. I'll say group chat.
Yeah.
Lane types in, yes, we'll be there. And then ... Kiera, question mark.
You can just see Kiera is typing. Still typing. Still typing. And then what pings through is like a stream of emojis, and then like a Y.
Okay.
And then she thumbs up her own message.
And just to be clear, this is Y the letter, not Y with a question mark.
Yeah, just Y the letter.
Great. Wonderful.
And then thumbs up her own message.
Awesome. Cool. You all respond in the group chat. You also see that this group chat also has another member of your particular team that is not currently here, but you get a like an automatic reply that has basically been set up in this like group text that just says visiting friends. Which is a message that you get from another member of the party who I won't name because I'll let them do that when they're here. But you know that another member of your team is currently out of town. They have a number of friends that they like to keep tabs on and make sure they're doing okay, and they're currently out doing that. But you all get that same message. And again, we're gonna shift slightly ahead to time to that Friday night. Now that we've had glimpses into everybody's lives and what you'll get up to, you are meeting with an individual, Officer Catherine Intergart, who is your usual official contact. Officer Intergart is more like a beat cop, but is aware that the group of you are good at dealing with stuff that is kind of strange, and not necessarily that you have like the full extent of what the group of you do, but just kind of gives you tips on checking in on things. And when Officer Intergart sends you the message for like Coroner's office, I think maybe once or twice you've had this happen where it's not that necessarily the officer is going to like meet you there, because that would be a bit too suspicious. It's more that they are giving you a heads up on, hey, you should go and try and check this out, because probably Officer Intergart is like on roster, so like if anything were to go wrong, they'd be the officer that would show up that night, kind of thing. So like, here's an opportunity for you to go to check the thing, and if you fuck up, I'll be a safety net tonight. But you know that you've been told to head to the coroner's office that evening. How do y'all assemble? Do y'all assemble, or do you just all rock up there whenever?
I think Sal is in the group chat. Like, anyone need a ride?
Kiera like sad faces it and then hearts it and then and then there's a voice note recording comes up, and then that disappears, and then it's another Y.
Incredible.
I'll respond just saying, yes, meet me out back.
Right.
Excellent.
Yeah. Sal knows where these pickup spots are. Easy.
Yes, absolutely. Wonderful. You'll get round up and head over to the Serpentine coroner's office. The coroner's office is kind of near, on the same block as like the hospital, around that kind of area. Yep. But Serpentine is not the kind of place that has reason for the coroner's office to be like open all hours. Certainly not that much. Certainly doesn't have that much action going on in the area. But you can see it is a like moderately sized single-story building that is fairly like flat and rectangular. Has a large glass double doors that kind of lead into the main building itself. But it is like locked, and presumably there is a security system. How would you like to try and get in, if you would?
Okay. I think before we even get out, like where we park like in the car park, and I think Sal kind of brings the others up to speed. It's like, so the sergeant got a call last night in class and was like talking about a body, and there was apparently maybe some kind of interference with it. Like it was pretty. I tried to tail along, but he spotted me. That's. I mean, he is. He is a brown belt, so that makes sense. He's got eagle vision.
Sal, what kind of interference? What are you talking? What kind of interference are you talking?
He seemed right. Like he seemed like maybe there was a possibility that evidence may have been tampered with, or like some kind of the condition of the body might have been changed. It's my vibe anyway. You know what I mean?
So it's going to be weird.
I think so. I mean, like the sergeant was pretty. Right. He was pretty.
And that's why Catherine would call us. It's got to be weird, right?
Right. Exactly. But I mean, this is definitely after hours. So, are we? Do we want to try and like, I don't know, see if there's another way in, maybe, or?
Kiera holds out her hand, and a sword materializes in it.
No, all right.
I don't know.
It's almost slightly too big for the internals of the car.
It goes out the window.
Careful with that thing.
Yeah, Kiera, I don't know if it's. I don't know if we're at sword level yet. But that is good to know, right? Good to know that you've got a sword.
I'm
and
strapped.
Then she tosses it back and it disappears.
I'll pull back my like high-end London fog trench coat, and I'll just open it up, and you can see I have a 9mm in a holster on my belt.
I think Sal is like, Lane. I also don't know if it's gun time, man. Like,
always be prepared. Isn't that what the sensei told you?
Yeah,
always be prepared, be focused, be ready for anything, be nimble, flexible, adaptable, be like water.
He does say be like water. He also says boards don't hit back, and I haven't quite figured that one out. But
Kiera starts like appearing keys. Just a lot of keys.
And I think at that point Sal's like, this is probably a good start. I mean, Lane, it's great to know that you've got the gun, right? Like I could have brought the
spear, but I left the spear home. I didn't know we were going full. Yeah. There.
No, Kiera, no. Like we're at the coroner's office. We're just trying to like see if maybe. I mean, the keys are good, right? Like maybe we can try and. We could try and do the credit card trick to try and like shimmy the. Let's just head out to the door.
What kind of
maybe someone's working late. Maybe that
Oh yeah.
And then if we need a sword or a gun, we know that those options are there.
It doesn't look like there's any lights on at the moment, but also most of the actual like morgue room equipment and stuff is more central rather than like a windowed room. So it's possible there might be someone working, but at least the outer office windows don't seem to have any lights on.
Ruby,
why don't we do a perimeter sweep, right?
Absolutely. Is it possible that HELL had positioned a camera anywhere near this location? I think I did get a map from Darlene.
Absolutely, you did. So I'm gonna let you know that you have 6, basically, with this assignment from HELL. You have 6 hold in Monster of the Week terminology that you can let me know where there is a camera at any point. If you want to be like, there's an HELL camera that we set up across the street, you can just tell me that, and that will stand as part of the narrative. However, it's going to stand for the whole mystery. So if you're like, oh, there happens to be a camera right where our boss fight's happening, then like, dude,
Yeah.
guess HELL's got a good insight on that. Similarly, absolutely there can be a camera across the street. You better be damn stealthy if you're breaking into a building.
Right. I'm not going to have an HELL camera there at this point on my account. Maybe there is already, but I'm not going to place one there. I don't need the office knowing everything I do. I already have Darlene checking in on me like every day, even on the weekends.
Oh yeah, how is Darlene doing? She's still making the cookies?
She's good. Oh yeah. Yeah. Oh, actually, hold on. I brought some. Oh, there's one for you, one for you, one for me.
Oh yeah.
I had 4.
Nice.
I guess here we'll just break this into thirds. Here you go.
Nice.
Absolutely.
Oh, when she adds the salt, man, she's so good. She's so good.
So good, but
Somehow they're still warm. What is this?
Oh, they've been in my pocket all day.
Nice.
They're standard chocolate chip for the moment. There's chocolate chip with like brown butter and that little bit of salt on top.
Yeah, my favorite cookie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Cool. You'll have a quick cookie break. Sal, did you say you wanted to try and check the perimeter?
yeah. Should we do a little quick walk around? Like, you know, try and keep it, I don't know, walk casual, I guess.
Let's be discreet.
Absolutely.
I'm going to pull up the collar of my London fog, pull my fedora down low. Not discreet at all, by the way, but just...
No.
Yeah, Sal is also wearing like a bright orange puffer jacket and like, brown pants and like boots.
Yeah.
And like a backpack. Like he's definitely not subtle either.
Yeah, perfect. Go ahead and roll to read a bad situation in this case.
All of us?
More reading, I would say just Sal, but there is a different move called help out. So if Sal ends up with like a mixed success or something, y'all are welcome to help out to try and bring that up to a complete success.
Okay. I've got a +2 in sharp, which is good.
Nice.
Okay, the +2 brings it up to a 9.
Sweet. So one of you is welcome to help out if you want to try and boost that enough to bring it to a complete success.
Kiera, go ahead.
Yeah.
I have a question after this roll.
Yeah, for sure.
Is it 2d6, Ruby?
Yep, 2d6 plus cool, I believe.
Okay. Oh, I'm not lying, guys. That is another 11.
Incredible! Hell
and we're not going to
yeah.
discuss it.
We're not going to look into it, and I'm going to trust you completely. No, absolutely. Cool, 100%. So on a complete success, you grant a +1 bonus, which changes Sal's roll up to a complete success as well.
Hey.
With read a bad situation, with a complete success, you get a hold of 3 to ask any of the following questions, and you can also ask them at any time. So if you want to hold on to them for when you're already in the building or something like that, so long as it's still relevant, basically. So long as it's something you could have still worked out while you were looking around, scouting the perimeter. And while you're acting on the answers, you get a +1 ongoing, which means every roll that's relevant to the answers you gain gets a +1.
Yeah, nice.
What would you like to ask?
I have something... Oh, whoops. I had a question.
In terms of the reading the bad situation, one of the questions I'll ask is, are there any dangers we haven't noticed?
Absolutely. You looking around the building itself, I think there doesn't seem to be any immediate dangers here. However, I think the main danger that occurs to you as you're just double checking the area is like, even though there may not be anybody inside the building, and I think with this roll you're able to determine like there's nobody in there that we're going to have to worry about getting past right now, depending on what this situation is about, depending on what you're about to find out in here, this is still an active building. So like if something else happens somewhere else, I think the danger you're aware of is like both coroner and cops might show up. Like there's a chance for this to still be an active environment. But for the moment, it seems like you've got the all clear.
Great. Yeah, I'll pass it on. Like, seems okay now, but this is a powder keg.
Yeah.
Things could go off. One wrong move and we got the fuzz all over us, man.
Sword.
All right.
Whoa. I think
That's the move he's worried about.
That might be a wrong move. Yes.
I have something called Fortunes in my playbook, which is, I think I should roll this at the beginning of the mystery. But basically, my sect has ancient prophecies or divination techniques to predict the future. Once per mystery, I get to use them. So if I want to look into the future, what the future holds, I roll weird. And then I get a number of holds based on that for certain things I can do. Can I roll that right now and just have those ready to go or whatever?
You can do that right now, for sure.
Okay, let me
That's any point in the mystery, so feel free to do it now.
So that is plus weird. That's an 8. So 7 to 8, I get a hold 1. So I have one of those that I can use at some point, it sounds like.
Absolutely. And it's a bunch of hold that basically means that you've got enough foresight to be prepared for something, or to have an item ready when you particularly want it, or to warn people about things incoming. That's all kind of things that you can use that. Just be like, actually, I knew this was happening. The company memo told me. And have that heads up.
Divination wizard.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, cool.
Sweet. You look around the building. Like I said, you're fairly certain there's nobody inside, at least. The place does seem to be locked up, though. It is it's like a regular key lock between two kind of heavy double doors, and then it's also got like a chain lock around the outside. So it's fairly secure, but
As we're walking around the perimeter, I might just test a couple of windows to see if someone maybe left a window unlocked.
Sure.
Yeah,
absolutely. Go ahead and roll to act under pressure for me.
Oh, that's a 4.
I should also say, every time you fail, mark experience. I will also say, if you have failed, that's also how we level up in Monster of the Week.
Nice.
Just failures, though, not mixed success.
Right, not mixed.
Just failures. So, you roll bad, and I get to do mean things, but you also get experience, and it helps you level up and advance your character. We're failing forward in Monster of the Week. Now, having said that as well, if you want to, a 4 would be a miss, which you'd need to get it up to a 7, so your teammates won't be able to help you out with that particular failure. However, I will also point out more Monster of the Week mechanics. You have a thing called luck, where you have 7 uses of luck that, if you so wish, if you think a roll is particularly important, you can spend luck to automatically get a 12 on your roll, and then add your modifiers on top of that. So if you want to take the failure, go ahead and mark experience, but luck is also always available to you.
I'm going to take the failure. What is the failure in this case? What would that look like?
For act under pressure, on a miss, it usually means that basically things don't go well from that point. In this case, I'm going to say that it mostly means that, well, technically the phrasing of act under pressure is things go to hell, which is maybe a bit much for breaking into the window of a coroner's office. But in this case, I think you try and scope around, try and find a loose window. It all seems fairly tightly locked up. On a failure, you also spot that one of the windows that you try, one of the office windows that you think probably heads into a hallway near the coroner's office, or near the actual room where most of the work happens. You think that you see the blink of a security camera that is pointed at the window.
I duck down.
Yeah.
They got cameras inside there. Yep. Security cameras. Not selfie cameras, security cameras.
Yeah. Okay.
There are no ring lights.
Speaking of which, I'm going to go up next to Kiera. I'm going to take out my cell phone and just snap a selfie. Selfie!
Why?
Exactly.
Should I do one too?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. While these two are like doing selfies, I think Sal is like kind of sidling. Is there like a back door as well? Like a
there is a back entrance that is for, I mean, getting big things in and out of the building.
Yeah.
There is definitely another one that is also it's slightly more of like a roller door for if they need to bring like ambulances in this way, but it's also secured down and padlocked.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Sal is like kneeling down, looking at the padlock, be like, "Hey, maybe we could." Oh, you're taking selfies again? Okay.
It's for the gram.
Do any of
I don't know what your grandmother needs those for.
and which direction did you take it in? FYI, did you take it like facing away from the build? I got questions.
Don't take selfies while you're committing crimes.
Yeah.
Also, 100%. I feel like
100%.
the selfie is like Lane doing like a pose, and Kiera's like one of her eyes is closed and the other one is like in a half blink.
Amazing.
How closely do you look at that picture, do you think?
I take a quick look at it, yeah.
Okay, yeah, you don't notice anything. Of any of the keys that I've just started producing, like we've probably been at this hunting gig a little while, right?
Yeah, probably.
Okay, lockpick.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah, sure, yeah. Whether or not anyone else know how to use it.
Yeah.
No.
You know what? I will say that because you do have as the divine playbook, you do have the ability to kind of just manifest a bunch of things that you have that you own and have used over the course of your monster hunting abilities, monster hunting experience. I will say, yes, you get a lockpick. It is already bent. Like the last time you put it in your interdimensional space was when you tried to use it and it kind of got busted. So you managed to pull it back out, but it's like it's still not 100%.
Yeah, vibes. Okay. So there's no one around. Place seems empty. Everyone seems dead. And we're round the back. It's darker around here, I'm assuming, like less lights.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
Kiera, are you thinking of like sword in the padlock widget?
The lock, the pick the lock.
Oh, right.
Wait. Didn't Officer Inagart say that they were going to meet us here or something? Hold on.
Well,
I get on the phone and I look at the text message again.
Bring up the text.
And then I'm going to go, where you at?
Oh my God. Oh God.
You send a text again. You're sending it to the group chat, so you get another.
Ping.
Like, visiting friends.
Where you at? Visiting friends. Oh.
And there is again. You see the kind of like message incoming dots, and then a very like garbled text that says, "Busy. Gonna be there real soon." I think you get the impression from this message that something else has gone down, and much like the danger you were worried about, there is something actively happening that Entegart is probably going to rock up, but not in a capacity where they'll be able to talk to you. It's more like something else is going down, and like the cops are going to be here when I get here.
Yeah, I'm like, I mean, that seems ominous, right, guys?
Yeah.
So we should get in before and get out before?
I think so.
You get after that message, you get a like R -20, which you think is probably meant to be T-, but they have not had the time to type it properly.
Okay. And would we know from any previous experience if this building is alarmed in any way? Like, has obviously Entegart had us meet us here before?
Yes.
Has she walked in and disarmed any alarms?
Yeah,
you know?
so this building is alarmed. Part of Intergard giving you the heads up is that tonight, basically, if the alarm goes off and it gets in touch with the police force, she's going to be the person that's on call. So if the alarm does go off, she'll be able to get that message and be like, okay, cool, going to look into it, and kind of keep the police generally give you enough time to still look at stuff.
Okay.
But if you wanted to shut it off to not have to deal with that at all, you also could try to do that.
So we have 20 minutes to get this done. What about this lock pick? And I'm going to pick up a stray brick that was just laying off to the side.
Sure.
And I'll hand this to Kiera. What about this lock pick?
Yeah, the brick is
For the
right through the glass.
for the padlock. Oh.
Just right through the glass.
I'm okay.
Okay.
Is it possible that that Officer Intergard has shared their location with us on their cell phone, so we could how you can pull up someone's the text message and click on them and you can see where they're at, and they're their little icon is moving across the map behind it?
I think not at the moment. You could ask her to if you want to, but it sounds like she's in the middle of an active situation.
Yeah.
This roller door with the padlock. How sturdy does the lock seem?
Yeah, can I smash it with the brick?
Possibly, yeah. It's not as sturdy as the front chain in a situation.
Yeah.
So yeah, absolutely. I mean, anything's possible.
Yeah. Do you does it look like you could hit it with the brick and maybe shatter it, or wedge? Do you think? I was thinking more like wedging the sword in between the lock to pry open that.
Yeah. The lock will break before the sword does. Definitely. So.
Right.
Cool. I'm gonna give that a go.
Great. I will say, and then this is me playing a little fast and loose with Monster of the Week rules, because I can do that, because I'm in charge now. Go ahead and roll to act under pressure and use plus tough.
Okay.
Rather than plus cool.
Oh, cool. Okay. Come on. Uh-oh. Oh. I rolled a 7 plus 2, so that's 9.
Cool. Okay. That's a mixed success unless anybody wants to help out. Help out could get
I'll
that
help
to a
out.
complete
Absolutely.
success. Yeah, go for it. How would you like to help out?
I think if Kiera has wedged the sword and is lean, I'll grab and add my weight to it.
Sweet. Go ahead and roll plus cool.
Plus cool.
Do you touch the sword?
No, I grab your hands.
Okay.
Lessons learned.
Good answer. Good answer.
Yeah, it's it's not great. It's a 7.
Okay, that's enough though. That still gives a +1 to the next roll. That just means that if there is any danger or trouble, you're going to be exposing yourself to that. But at the moment, the main trouble might be cameras. But in terms of getting padlock open, that is absolutely doable. You both kind of hold on to, Kiera holds the sword, Sal holds Kiera's hands.
I grab Kiera's hands. When I grab Kiera's hands, are they quite hot?
Yes, they've oddly been neutralized, specifically in this moment. They are abnormally warm.
Yeah, right.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. The sword is abnormally cold, so
Sal is grabbing your hands. In his brain, he's like, "Oh wow, it's Kiera, right? It feels almost like a fever." You know what I mean? She's running a fever. It's weird.
Cool. You grab a hold of it, tink, and you feel the leverage pull the padlock apart, and manage to open up the roller door. You very easily lift this up and manage to sneak your way underneath it enough and kind of, I guess, close it after you, or are you leaving it open?
Absolutely.
Yeah, cool.
Absolutely.
Sweet. Get in the other side. It is eerily quiet in this space, and also there's that smell of hospital sterile in here. Even though you are kind of in more of a loading bay area, you can see that there is another set of double doors similar to a hospital ward that leads into the main kind of investigative space when it comes to a coroner's office and doing autopsies and things like that. You can see through one of the rectangular windows, you can see that there are actually what seem to be 2 bodies currently laid out on the, currently laid out with cloths over the top of them. One of them, or they both seem to be like, one of them seems to be roughly the size of an adult. The other one has the top half of roughly the size of an adult, but when it gets to about where the hips are, you can see that the drape that is over the top of it like very suddenly flattens out. So like almost as if there is only a torso on the table.
That's that's odd, right, guys? Right? I was going to say we should check the toe tags, but it looks like there's only one.
Let's take a closer look.
Door locked to get in there? Yeah.
No, not to get in there. It seems like it's just swing double doors.
Not that high tech. Yeah, cool.
Yeah. Right, shall we? Let's just get in and have a look, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yep. Okay. Right.
You push into the room. You push into the room. There's that same waft of hospital sterile smell. There's also this like other smell of almost like a kind of mineral smell to the air as you walk into this space. And you walk through, and you can see on two separate kind of like gurney slabs in the room, there is a collection of various like medical lamps. There are a couple of drawers along one side of the room that you think probably has a number of equipment and stuff that is currently put away. But you make it into this room with you've probably still got about 17 minutes from when Ent got text.
Are there any exterior windows to this room, or is this an interior?
No, there are not.
I'm going to find
Just
the light
interior.
switch and flick the lights on.
Sweet. You flick the lights on. Similar thing that you saw before. Two bodies currently covered in cloth. One of them seemingly a whole body. One of them seemingly about half a body.
Sal shucks his backpack off and opens it up and pulls out like an RF scanner. He's got in his backpack. He has cameras and microphones and ghost hunting tools.
Yes.
So he's like maybe I might get some readings, and he pulls out his little scanner to see if there's any changes in like radio frequency.
Okay.
You know how in Silent Hill when a monster gets near, static and it's fucking terrifying.
Yeah, absolutely.
So yeah, he turns on like.
Yeah,
Okay,
specifically, like, is this a tool that's specifically for ghosts for the most part?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does Kiera recognize the mineral smell?
Ooh. No, I don't think so. Not immediately.
Sneezes anyway.
Great. You turn your device on and start kind of tuning that in a little bit. You don't think that you pick up any fluctuations in frequency. You don't think there's any like spectral things in the immediate area. Although I will say, I think that potentially sometimes Kiera messes with that a little bit. But
that's
nothing different to what you're
Sal's
expecting.
Control, though, right? Like he turns it on and waves past Kiera and it's like, okay, yeah. Good.
It's working.
Yeah.
But yeah, should we read the toe tag on the intact body?
Yeah.
Cool. You flip. I mean, are you taking the whole cloth off or just the toe tag?
No, I'm just trying to get to the toe tag first.
You flip up a little bit of the cloth, and you see the name Keith Lidauer, and a designated male is about 29 is the age that's on the toe tag. And you can see that sure. The toe tag has like a shorthand section for like cause of death for what this for these individuals, and it is described as what would it be? Why is this word escaping me now of all moments? Basically, like physical altercation. Blunt, like not quite blunt force trauma. Physical altercation with a blade is the way that it's kind of described.
Lacerations.
Yeah.
Kiera's going to pull the sheet back from the top.
From Keith,
Yeah.
the full person or the other person?
Keith, the full person.
You pull the cloth back. You see as I said, individual in their late 20s, fairly well built. For those in the audience, the dude from the prequel vision. You see a guy that is a very sturdy individual that has clearly got calloused hands from a lot of hard work and labor. Their hair and skin kind of still has a bit of a saltiness to it when the cloth gets pulled back because they're just working on the coast so much. But you see that it looks like this individual was in a knife fight. It doesn't look like they were. Nothing that you see currently from first glances looks overly paranormal or strange. It seems like they have sustained 3 major stab wounds that have led to their death. And they're all fairly center mass, below the rib cage kind of center mass.
And sizable or kind of small dagger to sword size?
Not sword size, certainly not. More mundane kind of blade that you might find. More kitchen knife size.
Oh.
This doesn't necessarily seem like our kind of thing. What about this one? I'll turn over to the half body and I'll pull the sheet back.
Cool. You pull the sheet back.
Oh.
You pull the sheet back and you see another man of a slightly younger age than the one that you've just seen. Looks a little more disheveled, has a little bit of kind of grime under the fingernails. Their hair is a little bit long and a bit more ragged. And there is no immense vision of gore under this table, or under the sheet. But it is incredibly hard for your brain to process initially what you are actually looking at. Basically from underneath the rib cage down on this body is entirely flat. Almost as if this person has been steamrolled flat. But that lower half of their body, if you look at it from directly above, it still looks figure accurate to if you were looking at a painting of legs. It would look like they were 3D legs.
But it's
so you can see that it just goes straight down and then flat.
Now this looks more like our kind of thing. What the hell is this all about?
Yeah,
I've never seen a body like this before.
Neither.
2-dimensional. I'll get down and kind of look at it. How compressed is it? Is it
Yeah, maybe a third of an inch.
How?
Is there a toe?
This is new.
Is there a toe? I mean, yes, there are toes, but the way that it's compressed is still from that front-on angle, so you could see what would be the view of a foot, but it is completely flat.
Is there a tag attached to anything?
There's a tag sitting next to the foot.
Great. Yeah,
that makes sense.
Names this person as Kyle Wassner, and they are also male, 27. And the cause of death that's listed on this toe tag is wasting disease, is how they phrased it on the toe tag.
Even though his torso is fine, from
his torso
from hips up, he's all good.
And if you place your hand above the flattened section, it's not like you encounter anything. It's just.
No, you can keep moving your hand through it, and then you hit the actual. If you were to hit the actual part of the body, it is just completely flat.
Oh, no way! I'm touching that. No.
Well, before we look any further into that information, let's take a halftime break.
Hey, all right.
Now that we get to the weird stuff,
Nice.
We'll see where that leads when we get back to it.
Fantastic. Thank you, everybody. We'll be back in just a couple minutes. Hang tight.
Huzzah!
we are back with more of the mystery. Now that we have uncovered our first element of proper strangeness in Serpentine, you, as I mentioned, you can see you have discovered, upon breaking into the coroner's office, you have discovered a couple of deceased individuals, one of which looks like they have died as a result of a knife fight or a physical altercation. Another one that seemed to be less injured, although the lower half of their body is entirely flat. Flat and yet still semi-photorealistic from certain angles. You know that you have probably at this point about like 15 minutes before Officer Intergart has given you the heads up that you might need to move. What would you like to do?
Do we know if there are any other rooms in this place that we should just quickly check? Or are we happy that this is the main morgue area?
This is the main morgue section for like physical stuff. If you're wanting to look at it depends on what you're trying to look for. So like if you are looking for things that are physically related to these bodies being here, this would be the main place to look for that. If you're looking for like more information about the like path of them getting here or like the case that they might be connected to, you might want to try and find like a computer in an office gotcha. Elsewhere, or like elsewhere in the building.
Okay.
Ruby, is it possible that this two-dimensional, wasting disease is something that, being sort of schooled in the weirdness, that we might have heard about? I know that we do have something that we refer to as the manifest and such.
Absolutely, you do. Indeed. So as the particular style of monster hunting team that you are is actually, for people that may or may not know Monster of the Week a bit more at home, y'all are artifact collectors. Dead bodies not necessarily the thing that you are most used to dealing with, unless they are in the process of interacting with a particularly dangerous magical item of some kind. I think that you could certainly try and see if you have found any information on if the manifest has any information on it. This is the kind of like document that one of your historian contacts has helped fill out for you, especially over the course of your other monster hunting experience. You're welcome to check the manifest if you like.
Something that, like it's a list of things to keep an eye on. Maybe there's some reference to this kind of effect of some artifact that has an effect like this. I don't know. Should we check it?
Absolutely.
And I think Sal is already finding like the cabinet with like the rubber gloves and is like okay.
Absolutely.
And it's like, as he's consulting the manifest, I think Sal is like prodding the body, be like, torso feels like human. Flat section feels like skin suit.
Cool. I will say Lane, go ahead and roll for your check the manifest, which is the roll plus sharp to see what you can work out about this particular magical effect. If you're looking at the body specifically, Sal, I would say you could roll to investigate a mystery to see what you can pick up from the body.
Right.
Investigate a mystery will give you a bunch of questions to ask that you can gather bits of information. Depending on what section of this environment you are investigating, you might get different information. So like if it's something that you couldn't pick up from the body, you might have to find somewhere else to look into.
Sure.
But we can see what you can find out.
Yeah, focusing on the body. Focusing on the body for now.
Sweet.
Cool. 3, 4. So that's only a 6.
Okay, so that will be that is technically a failure unless somebody wants to help out with that roll. I would say, yeah.
I was gonna say I can help out because I'm curious and looking and
cool. Go ahead and roll to help out.
Have seen dead bodies.
This is true.
I got a what am I adding?
Roll plus cool.
Oh, thank goodness. Okay, that is a 10.
Nice. That is a complete success, which will bring your investigator mystery up to a mixed success.
Yep.
Which means that from the investigator mystery list, you can pick one of those questions to ask. Go ahead and look over those real quick. And Lane, what did you get for your check the manifest?
Sure. I got, with my bonus, +1 bonus, I got an 8 total.
Nice. Okay, so that is also a mixed success. looking through the manifest and seeing what other like mysterious artifacts you have come across before, I think that this to you, looking at this particular effect, it doesn't strike you as an actual like infestation of something. It doesn't strike you as an actual like disease of any kind. I think that you are able to work out that the wasting disease is just kind of like autopsy best guess of like what the heck could have caused this thing. In terms of the manifest, your best options are probably some kind of like actual magical spell that someone has cast. Like some specific working of magic, some kind of like a curse of some kind, or I think you know that this also sometimes occurs with like people interacting with objects that are that have a certain level of alternative like physics to them. So like if you were say like if you were interacting with a magical item that like blue skidooed you into a book, that kind of thing is like this sort of magical effect could be the negative side effect of something like that. So like something that is taking people from a regular real world physical space into like a two-dimensional or otherwise physical space.
Well, that ties into what I was going to ask, because the question I wanted to ask is what happened here, as I'm like prodding the body, being like, what happened here?
Yeah, you take a look more closely at the body, and as you are like getting hands-on with this, the feeling of the body is not so much skin suit as it is like canvas. Like it feels very like dry and stretched, and moving your hands over it, you can actually see the like photorealistic image of that like view that you can get, the angle that you can get on this body. When you get very close to it, there is an element of like brushwork to it. You can see there are certain patterns where something has like moved across what this body is, and kind of almost like they've made the correct image, but you can see the pattern of the like movements as it's moved across the body. And from what you can see is it looks almost like handprints. Like you go to kind of get a hands-on view, and you can see that the way that the strokes are kind of laid out on the body matches like a handprint that is kind of clawed across this thing, and caused this effect to happen. Especially when it gets like up to the upper section of the body, there are kind of like like the edge of it is not clean. It's almost like there are tendrils of it that are similar to like fingers.
Yeah, so I'll relay that information. I'll be like, yeah, Lane, Kiera, it looks like maybe something has. You know how when like you're trying to get the last bit of toothpaste out of a tube, right? That when you like squeeze it, you like kind of run your thumbs up it. There's like hand marks.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, this certainly isn't a disease. I'll tell you that much. As far as I can tell from the manifest, this is giving off some serious like magical curse vibes. Yeah.
Well, yeah, but also like this brushwork, this imprint.
Brushwork. What do you mean?
Well, you can see the ridges on it. Like if you look at it, right?
Yeah.
It looks like pressure has been applied. Like someone's trying to, to squeeze the insides of this guy out.
Like this is
only got halfway. Maybe
Kiera opens his mouth.
Maybe Keith tried to stop it and got cut up.
Cool. You open the mouth. Are you looking for anything in particular?
Please.
No.
I think Kiera was tracking through the like squeezed.
Yeah.
Just trying to see if. Just looking.
It's a mouthful of toothpaste.
The inside of the mouth, you can see a little bit around kind of the back teeth of this individual. You can see Yeah.
I think
I'm sorry,
looking
I'm
to
just
see.
doing-
I think looking to see if like pressure was applied in that way, kind of up the body, or if almost, yeah,
Or if it was vacuumed
or if-
out.
yeah, or if like it was less went through a roller, and like if like got half bottled
Sure.
or something, if it just kind of was simply applied and then
For
the
sure.
rest of the
I would
body
say
hadn't.
also roll to
True.
investigate a mystery.
Oh, yeah.
Because there's an option in the investigate a mystery questions that is what happened here, and I think that kind of falls under that, is like how
Okay.
did this
Yeah.
occur?
Goes very badly.
Plus
for
sharp.
me. Okay, I got an 8, and I have no sharp, so
That is enough for one hold. So if you would like to use that for what happened here, you can certainly do so.
is that how that works?
Yeah, there's a collection of investigate a mystery questions that technically, when you roll to investigate a mystery, you get a hold of one, and you can pick from any of the questions what you'd like to use. But from what you're describing of what you're trying to work out, what happened here kind of sounds like the one that fits.
Yeah.
Cool. Looking over like seeing if there is that kind of evidence of inward pressure or anything like that. You don't see any signs of that. Like, you don't see any signs of something was like squeezing the bits out of this person and that all got pushed to one end necessarily. What you are seeing is more like it's more a similar effect of like somebody putting their hand in snow, where like you put your hand there and it just decompresses flat to this weird alternate kind of physicality, rather than there being any actual like force. So like if you wanted to look at like if you take a closer look at the upper section of the flat part where it meets like a rib cage or something like that, there are sections of the very edges of the rib cage where like a fingertip has touched that, and that tiny piece of the rib has gone flat, but the rib hasn't broken. So there's not necessarily like force or pressure on it. It's just happened and made it change.
Gotcha.
So it's, something has been turning this person into a two-dimensional person.
Yeah,
right?
you do see signs of like I was saying, like kind of near the back teeth, you do see signs of like blood in this person's mouth, which I think you can gather is like part of what had probably killed this person is just like this happening to someone has fucked with so many internal organs that that will straight up kill a guy, rather than it being like squeezing all the bits out of him.
So I'm kind of hung up on the surface texture of the flattened part, and you talked about it being the texture of canvas, that they're like brush strokes, that sort of thing. Lane is, he's a rich guy who spends money on, artwork and things of that nature. Is this, does it look like this man's lower body has been painted? Like, does it look like a painting on canvas?
I think when you get close enough to it, it is, you have to get very up close detail, like bring the kind of magnifying equipment.
I get that big light over and the magnifier.
Yeah. And when you look close enough at it, it does have the same look as a painting. Like, it does look like this person has been almost kind of transmogrified in some way into that kind of texture, but it's like only when you're extremely up close. Like from a distance, it's that kind of thing when you see that like hyper realistic art that is just so picture perfect that you don't notice it unless you are right up close and like putting a finger to it, that you're like, oh, that's not a person's body, that is just it now seems like it's more of an image of a body.
This is incredible. I mean, this guy, maybe they had a run-in with some interdimensional hyper-realistic artist. I mean, they're lucky they didn't run into a surrealist, let's be honest, but look at the texture on this. I'm gonna look around. Is there how people will sign their paintings? I'm gonna look and see if there is anything. I'm looking for a signature, the artist's mark on it, the maker mark. Is there anything like that?
Nothing on this side of the body.
I'm gonna grab the feet and like kind of lift it up and look and kind of like turn it over a little bit so it's kind of like twisting at right below the ribs. Just turn the page.
Okay. You go to kind of start inspecting to like have a look
But
around.
just before
and see
Lane
what's
does
going
that,
on.
I like hand him a pair of gloves. Like, dude,
Oh,
gloves.
shit.
Put the gloves on.
Yeah. I put it back down, put the gloves on, and then yeah.
Cool.
Yep.
You start looking over, trying to see any signs of like a printer's of like a artist's signature or a mark of any kind, and in the process of trying to look at like every part of this person's legs, there is a distinct like of about where like the person's right hip is.
Did I just tear it?
You hear it tear.
Oh.
You don't see any signs of a artist mark on it though.
However, did the artist do the work on the artist? Did they do the work on the bottom side too? So when you flip it over,
the same on the other side. Yes.
Oh my god, this is amazing.
Yeah.
I would love to have something like this on my wall. I mean, not the body part of it, but I mean just the.
Okay. Yeah. What?
Sorry. Yeah, that came out wrong. But this is beautiful. That also came out wrong. I'm sorry, but I appreciate the.
Yeah. It's that like macabre. It's that macabre realism, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. What?
Very strange.
Can Sal look around for like? Is there a box of like these gentlemen's personal effects?
Yeah, absolutely. I will let you know you've probably got through like half of your time. So you probably got like 8 minutes before the heads up that the officer warned you about.
Yep.
But yes, if you go over to a couple of the larger like trolley drawers and things, you can see that there is a collection of belongings for both of them, for both of the individuals, for Keith and Kyle. Which one would you like to look at?
Kyle first.
Cool. You have a look at Kyle. You can see.
And I'll be like, Kiera, do you want to look through Keith's stuff while I'm doing this?
Kiera was heading to a computer, but will bounce back.
Oh, if you've got stuff to do, then by all means.
Cool. Looking through Kyle's belongings, you can see what looks to be like a driver's license, a wallet that has like a tiny bit of cash in it still. There are a set of car keys and a pack of like mostly empty rolling tobacco, and what looks to be a knife, like a retractable knife. Like you can see it's got like the hilt of the handle of a kind of almost like a switchblade, but just that standard up and down.
This guy was
like
cool.
the right size.
Yeah, I was gonna say same size as.
Looks about the right size. Yeah.
Yeah.
While they're doing that, I'm gonna inspect the tear that I made, because I'm like, I'm so sorry to desecrate this body, but I'm gonna look and see, like, what does the tear look like?
Roll to.
Oh no.
Roll to act under pressure with weird.
With weird, okay.
With weird, okay.
Yeah. I feel better about this.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay, so that's a 10.
Okay, cool. That's a complete success. You look at this tear along the person. I mean, where it's kind of more that it's like disconnected from the section of their body that is still whole. So like it's you basically turned it at a weak point. So that end looks like body. The canvas end of it, it has the same kind of, like if you're looking at the very edge of it, again, it's extremely thin, maybe like a third of an inch. You can see what would be like the kind of, not quite lattice, but that kind of woven, like fiber structure of a canvas along that edge. But you can also see that even though you have like torn it from, like you tore it in the process of looking it over, it seems very flat. Rather than there being like frayed fibers coming out the edge of it. It seems very flat. And with your act under pressure roll, upon looking at this, I think you can tell that there is essentially whatever has happened to this person in whatever kind of magical or reality shifting like way that this body has been interacted with. It's like you're seeing kind of the line of the magic along this body, right? Like it's almost like not quite a force field, but there's a very clean line of like, this is the section of the body that's been interacted with, and this is the part of the body that's still fine, rather than it actually having been like torn away and having the frayed edges to it. So you can see that kind of lingering magical energy or like nature to it around here.
Just whispering to myself, this is so cool. I look over at Kiera and Sal, and then I just go, oops, and I tear it all the way across. Oops. and I'm gonna roll it up. I'm gonna roll it
like a pair of tearaway pants.
I'm gonna roll it up. Yep. And I'm gonna take it with me. This is evidence.
Incredible. Amazing. You get, like, when you take the full thing off, the section that you remove it from does still start, like, oozing a little bit of whatever internal things may still be inside of it. So, like, tiny bits of, like, the fluid they use to clean out the body and stuff does continue to ooze out onto the slab.
I do look up and say, sorry about that, Kyle. And then I roll it up and put it in my trench coat.
Yeah, cool.
Oh, God. Oh,
great,
gosh.
you roll that up. Absolutely. Yes, you find you have had a look at Kyle's belongings. Sal, Kiera, you were helping out as well. Were you wanting to look at Keith's? Or
Kiera's going to turn to Sal and be like, does that count as desecration of a body?
I don't know if that bottom half is considered a body now.
This is artwork.
Cool.
Let's okay.
On that, Kiera okay, cool. And is either looking through the other set of belongings or heading to a computer, depending on. I know we've got 8 minutes, so
yeah. What would you like to do? Which of those would you like to investigate? I think that like you could technically do both if you wanted to, but like if you take the time to look at the other belongings, the computer research will be a very cursory glance, whereas you might be able to do a decent search on the computer if you just do that.
Yeah.
You do you, babes. Whatever you want to do.
Yeah, what do you want to do?
Computer.
Oh, sweet. Cool. Yeah, roll to investigate a mystery.
Do I...
Add plus sharp.
Just an 8. Yeah.
Cool. That is still a hold of 1. So from the investigator mystery questions, you have a bunch of options, including what happened here, what sort of creature is it, what can it do, what can hurt it, where did it go, what was it going to do, and what is being concealed here. Also, if there is, because in Monster of the Week we have the like standard monster hunting questions, there are also alternative investigator mystery questions if there is a particular specific like big question that you're like, hey, I want to know like where this person lived or like whatever. That is also something that you could use.
I think I want to know like where this happened, where the bodies were found. Like I'm looking for the report on this is where they were found, this is where this happened. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, absolutely. You find the report. Both of the reports are actually fairly easy to find in a quick amount of time because they are they're still open, and they're also kind of like hyperlinked to each other. It seems like they have made some kind of connection between the two. You can see that one of these individuals, Keith, so the one that is still whole person, was found attacked in like a break-in at their home that is listed as being on Bishop Street, and is from like last night sometime. That was listed as being their home, and later in that evening there is a additional break-in from not an additional break-in. There is reports of a body being found that is Kyle, so the one who's partially rolled up now. Kyle was found closer to like center city business area, like main streets of town, but was kind of found maybe a block away from the busiest main street. And there wasn't any sign of them being attacked, but like their body basically got found in like a shady alleyway behind a building, and people were like, something's fucking wrong with this guy, because they just found a dude that looked like that. The cases have been linked because according to the like autopsy report, the knife that was on Keith seems to be the one that is responsible for the wounds on Kyle.
Gotcha. And does it say whether they like know each other?
There doesn't seem to be any sign of them knowing each other. Kyle is noted as like being employed at the local dockyard. It seems to be working in like shipping for major like mail service companies rather than like a specific company itself. It's just like general post that comes through, or like big cargo that comes through the port is the main area that they work in. Keith does not have employment listed, but it is there is like another air tag on their report, and namely the section of the notes that kind of links back to like, hey, we think that this knife is responsible for killing the other guy. There's an additional note that is like noted that he has a history with law enforcement.
Question and clarification. So we've got Kyle and Keith. Kyle is the one whose body I just tore the canvas off of.
Yes.
They were the one that had the knife. The knife that they had was presumably used to stab Keith, who worked in the docks in the mail services, not MALE, but MAIL.
Correct, yes.
Okay, got it.
Okay.
Nice. Can I take a quick rummage through Keith's stuff?
Yeah, absolutely. You take a look through a number of things. Similarly, actually, this individual, having been at home, doesn't have as much of their like personal belongings on like in the collection bag. Probably a lot of it would still be at their house rather than contained through here. But you can see that the stuff that they did still have on them is like a ticket for like long-term parking at the docks of like a recent, like probably signing in for a job parking and like getting their permit verified and all that kind of thing. And you can see what seems to be the edge of like a piece of packaging, some kind of like long distance like plastic kind of courier envelope that it looks like they have torn the top off of and like must have had in their pocket at some point. It doesn't look like it has this section of it doesn't have any address on it or anything like that. But you can see that it is the kind of like coloration of a courier package that has come from international delivery rather than region.
Yeah, cool. Okay.
I'm gonna cover up the bodies. We're running out of time. I'm gonna cover the bodies back up. I'm gonna come over to Saul and be like, what do you got? What's in the envelope?
Nothing. This is the outer envelope. I'm thinking maybe there's some more answers at Keith's house on Bishop Street, which is where the Sergeant Codell kind of spotted me as I was tailing them.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, maybe that's our next destination because we're running out of time here.
Yeah, we should really get the heck out of here.
Cool. We bounce.
You'll bounce? Cool. You head out of the coroner's office. As you disappear back out the roller door, I'm imagining, heading for the RAV4 again. You can hear the sounds of not a police siren, but like an ambulance siren pretty quickly approaching this area. It's not unusual. The hospital's pretty nearby. And as you leave, there is again a moment where the camera kind of pans up and just catches the blinking of the security camera still just kind of going off in the hallway. But you'll disappear.
Shit. I realized that everything we just did was caught on camera.
You've just torn. Oh.
Yeah.
Well, hey, I had my London
Well, hang
fog,
on.
tight and my hat low.
Okay, you know what? No, I could argue.
No, do it.
Well, I was going to say, well, security camera in the hallway, but that's not necessarily to say that there's one in the morgue itself. And we came
I
in
just
the
said
back.
security camera in the hallway.
Yeah.
That's true. That's
absolutely.
true.
Cool.
Yeah.
You head out. Are you planning on heading to Bishop Street? Is that the plan?
Yeah.
Night is young.
Yeah.
Sweet. Awesome. You zoom over in the RAV4. Are you wanting to do anything while you're traveling, or are you just heading straight there?
What time of night is it?
It's like approaching 8 o'clock now.
I mean, we could stop for tacos.
Good stuff for tacos.
Oh, good call. Good call. Yeah. Yeah, we'll do a quick detour to a taco.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Quick taco stop.
Yep.
Kiera is always hungry, so.
Yeah, wonderful, great.
Yeah.
Cool.
What are you getting? You fish tacos, chicken, fish tacos too?
Fish.
I'm gonna get the carne asada. What are you guys gonna get?
We're on the
Barbacoa,
coast,
baby.
right?
I want barbacoa.
Yeah, you're on the coast.
Barbacoa? Yeah,
Mhm,
sweet.
mhm.
Yeah, great.
Do you guys have Jarritos? Does you have Jarritos here? Does that?
Go.
Are we all ordering tacos after this? Yes.
100%.
Incredible.
Okay.
Sweet. You head out of there. You head back across town. It's a little bit of a travel to get all the way back to that kind of coastal side of town, and head to Bishop Street. The intersection that you stopped at was not actually the house where the senior sergeant was going, but the place is not hard to spot. There is still currently like bright yellow crime
Police
scene tape across the front door, and you can see that it doesn't seem like it's being actively patrolled necessarily.
Yep. I might
but
drive
the-
past and park the RAV4 in like a driveway 2 doors down, you know?
Yeah, great. Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. Absolutely. You pull in a little bit down the street, and you can see, lights in the building are off. It's like a medium-sized, like ranch-style house, so it's just one big, long building. And there doesn't, like, if there wasn't police tape on the door, you would be like, regular house in a residential area. The lawn's a little bit unkept. There seems to be a standard like four-door car in the driveway. Nothing overly fancy. But other than that, it seems like there's no one around. What would you like to do?
Nice. I'll do a quick glance in the back seat, like through the window of the car into the back seat. See if there's like a bag or something, or
yeah, for sure. You as you're like walking up to the building, you do a quick look through into the vehicle. You could see a lot of like, namely in the back seat, you see a bunch of like wet weather gear, like high vis slickers for being out there in heavy storms and things like that. Don't see any sign of like a bag or anything.
Right.
Maybe, honestly, having just got tacos, you see a lot of taco wrappers. A lot of like someone that gets off work at very late at night and is like,
Got good taste.
I gotta put some
Got good
yeah,
taste.
24-hour tacos, man. It's the best thing.
Yeah,
beat
exactly.
it.
Best thing Serpentine's ever done.
I feel like I can really relate to this guy, you know? Did you say he worked at the docks? Is that what you said? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Why? Do you think he often got fish tacos?
I don't know. Being around the docks, maybe you get tired of fish tacos.
Yeah.
The smell of fish all the time. By the way, I still have this brick in case we need to pick any locks.
Well, I mean, okay, let's
Great. Yeah.
why don't we just try the front door first?
Yeah.
Should we knock or just walk in?
Should we try the back door again rather than break the police tape?
We have good success with the back doors.
This is true.
Yeah, cool.
I'm gonna quickly reach into my backpack. In my backpack I have like cameras and microphones, and I'm gonna pull out like a little GoPro kind of style camera, and I'm gonna next to just beside the front door, I'm gonna find like a patch of grass and just sit it in the grass facing the street,
Genius.
and then set it to send a wireless signal to a little screen that I have.
Yeah.
I'll be like, look, I'm just gonna, in case someone turns up with, we might get the drop on them. I mean, they're gonna see the blinking red light of my GoPro in the dark by the door, but like, at least if we look at the screen and see a car pull up, we can like just get the heck out of here.
You could put a little bit of black tape over the light so it doesn't show up. Also, you're not posting this on TubeTube, are you? You're not going to post this on TubeTube?
Not until I edit it. Like I decide if I want to keep it. Like I don't do lives anymore, man. That's just too weird, All
right.
Wonderful.
Just make sure my face
you set
isn't
up
showing.
your little monitor going. Says the guy who took a selfie at a crime scene.
Yeah,
but you gotta pay for this. You gotta pay for this.
Yeah, sure. That's fair. You set up your little GoPro monitor to keep an eye on anybody else that might be coming nearby. Which way did you say you wanted to go? Front door or back door?
We're gonna go
tape over the back door? Okay, cool. Great. You'll head around the back of the building, and you can see what looks to be like main kind of living room, or like this the layout of the house from just glancing through a couple of the windows. It seems like most of the windows aren't, like the curtains aren't shuttered from when people have been through here before, and you can see some evidence of a number of law enforcement like traipsing through the back like lawn and things. There's clearly this path has been tread before you in investigating this situation. But as you get around the back, you can see again another kind of police tape "Do not cross" across like a back sliding like branch style door. That it's like the old school tape, so it's not the fully stickered on to the door. It's still just kind of wrapped and tied loosely in front of it. But you can see that there seems to be a way to get into the main kind of living room beyond. The ranch slider is also mostly glass and also not curtained. And upon getting around to this part of the building, inside in the living room where the door leads, it looks pretty chaotic. It looks like this is the scene of a major altercation. There's a number of like furniture kind of thrown about. There is no shattered windows, but there are a vase that has kind of clattered to the floor, and there's a bunch of dirt going all through the carpet. And you can see signs of what looks to be like the equivalent of like a gaming setup, but of like someone that was just sitting on a couch at some point. There's the power cord where it would have been a laptop and things like that, and like a drink on a side coaster that has been tossed to the floor. But yeah, you can see in the room beyond seems to be a pretty violent scene. What would you like to do?
I mean, there's clues everywhere there. We got to get in there somehow.
Yeah, I agree. We just got to do it discreetly. And I hold the brick in one hand, and then I look around. Are there any neighbors that might be paying a little bit too much attention, kind of looky-loos, that kind of thing?
Or go ahead and roll to read a bad situation as well, to see what you can spot.
Okay. Ooh. What is that? That is read a bad situation. Sharp. That's an 11.
Nice.
Ooh.
Excellent. So you actually get a hold of 3 for reading a bad situation, as a variety of options to choose from. That will also give you that +1 ongoing when you act on them. I would say
I think I have
in terms
one.
of
what is the best way in? It's like the first question there. What's the best way in?
Absolutely. Yeah. You see that there is the like huge kind of that do not cross tape across the main like sliding door. Following similar impulses from when you were trying to break into the previous building, you can see that going along one of the other like windows along this side of the house, you see signs of one of them that has already been broken into. You can see what looks to be the kind of like scratches of someone managing to like flick a lever from the outside. And you gather that this is probably the way that someone has broken into this building recently. Certainly, if you were to do the same thing, it seems like the crime scene investigators have like already kind of gone over this place, so this would be the way to like leave the least trace behind you, because you're just following over the path of someone that has already done the same thing.
Yeah,
Right.
clever.
I will point this out. I will put the brick back in my pocket, and then I will say, this is our way in right here. And I'm going to go over, pull out a credit card, and I'm going to see if I can swipe the credit card to bump the latch open so that we can open it and get in. Yeah.
Absolutely. I will say, just with the information alone, and because this has been already like scoured over, you managed to get your credit card in between the gap and flick the latch again, and the whole window kind of just swings outwards.
Nice work, Lane. Nice.
Thank you. After you?
Sure. Yeah. Sal's just kind of like, hey.
Yeah, cool. You head in. As you're moving through, you do a quick survey. Seems like most of there's no immediate dirt on the ground under the window, so you can kind of sit for a second, then get yourself inside the building. There is, as you get into the building, there is that kind of old-ish tang still of like blood from the scene, and you can see that though there was a large altercation in the living room itself, there are a number of like blood stains more in the section that is heading out to the hallway further into the house. So it seems like somebody may have been jumped and then tried to run, and that was where they actually got caught.
And this is one level, right? It's one level?
One level, yeah. One level, just big long house.
Yep.
But you can see, as I said, you see the signs of chaos. You can see a couple of sections that have been kind of highlighted by crime scene crews, and have also been pointed out for just like, you can see little bits of some footprints that are maybe people that were involved in it, and maybe some from investigators that they've just put like a little dot next to be like, ignore this one. But you can see the sign of a huge altercation that has gone on, and the scene, looking it over, as I said, it seems if there hadn't been a fight here, it would have been a fairly mundane living room of somebody kind of just relaxing in their house, it seems like. But you're welcome to investigate further.
Yeah, what do you reckon, guys?
Be careful, you guys. Whatever flattened or transmogrified Kyle could still be here. Okay? Just be careful.
Right.
What do y'all want to do?
Kiera, what do you think? You getting any vibes, or?
Am I getting any vibes?
How would you like to find vibes?
Where them vibes
You didn't read that on your character sheet, but
Yeah, vibes.
Vibes. By all means, prove me wrong.
Can I make a roll involving weird somehow, in terms of just like vibes?
Yeah, for sure.
Weird vibes?
Do you think that Kiera is somebody that uses magic, or no?
No, but I'm thinking, apart from like, but not in the sense of like, does Kiera cast spells? No.
Yeah, for sure.
No, but I'm thinking more in terms of Kiera's experience of weird, or a deeper understanding of, looking for signs of weird.
Yeah, absolutely. I will say,
actually arguing to investigate a mystery, but use my weird instead is what I'm actually arguing for.
I understand. That I believe might be a technical move that you would have to take from another playbook, which I'm like, I get, but
no, that's fair. No.
But what I will say
I'll
is,
roll to investigate a mystery.
What I will say is, because obviously we're brand new characters, brand new system. If you don't think Kiera is a person that uses magic for spellcastery things, there are alternative things that you can use your weird for. Namely, there is an alternative weird move called Trust Your Gut, which is very much that. It is rather than actually casting a spell or something, it's tuning into your inherent instincts and understanding of the situation to try and find a path to go down.
Yeah, that's my vibe.
If there's anything leading you towards that.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yes,
so go ahead and roll plus weird.
Thank you. Well, that was terrible. That's a 5.
Sick. You can use luck, but you don't have to.
Cool. No, I'm all right.
Great, wonderful. You get into the space, and honestly, like trying to tune in into what you might know of weirdness around here, this place doesn't actually strike you as something like this scene does not strike you as something inherently weird. This strikes you as a very like mundane problem. Like a fight has gone on here in a very mundane household. You're not seeing any signs of weird reality bending or weird metaphysical stuff going on. It looks like just a regular break-in and a regular fight.
And just to clarify, not on a meta level, but because new to the system.
Yes.
Is that because I rolled poorly, or because or sorry, I don't want to be given the truth.
Absolutely.
But that's Kiera's assessment of the.
That is your assessment of the information.
Cool.
Now, I will let you know, upon failing a trust your gut roll, technically, your instincts would lead you into danger.
Yeah.
Is usually how a miss on that roll works.
Yeah,
but
awesome.
I will say that I'm a big fan of failing forward regardless. So
yes.
I will give you a genuine interpretation. Your genuine interpretation of the scene is you don't think there's anything particularly weird going on, but the downside of that is you don't know where to look first for 100%. Like a reason or a situation, what has gone on in the situation.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Kiera heads on down a random hallway.
I'm gonna pull out that courier envelope thing. I'll be like, I think maybe whatever was inside this is in here somewhere, right?
Well, that
right,
thing's
Lane?
torn, isn't it? Is there a piece missing?
It's been opened and something's been taken out, and I it must be here somewhere. Because it wasn't with him.
Okay, trash can. Maybe the missing piece to this envelope is in the trash. I don't know. Look for the missing piece.
I'm gonna look like like if it's sometimes I throw things on the counter when I get home, or like
we are so vibing right now.
Some like someone sits on the couch, maybe you put it beside you on the couch.
Yeah.
Right.
Ooh, in the couch. There's always good stuff in the couch. Okay, boom. Let's do it.
Kiera's gonna pop back in like twirling sword because she's thinking.
Oh,
and she's like
ducking down and avoiding the blade. Okay.
Wouldn't it make sense? So, hang on. Man who lives in this house works with mail, receives item, dies of stab wounds. Correct?
Yep.
Second man has knife, matches stab wounds.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it make sense for the weird, odd?
But it wasn't in Kyle's stuff, right?
Well, wouldn't it make sense that it would be more likely to be somewhere wherever he died? Twirling sword hits ceiling.
Yeah, maybe.
Sword carves through ceiling, no problem.
Yeah.
Also,
maybe as Sal is like elbows deep in one of the drawers, like possibly, yeah.
But I guess we should probably still look.
The police have already been here and looked through everything, right? So where were things the police wouldn't look or wouldn't know about, wouldn't know to look for? I'm assuming they did a thorough job. I mean, the police around here are hit or miss, but I'm going to dump out the trash can and look to see if I can find the fragment of
Kiera, you were following
envelope.
The blood, right? Maybe he was trying to get back to his room or something to get to the
like,
thing.
oh yeah, that's right, I was, and wanders off back down the hallway.
Yeah, great, perfect. Wonderful. You continue wandering down the hallway. I'm gonna start making a list of just how many incriminating things y'all have left behind.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Sword mark in the
setting the roof up with
100%. It's just sliced it. Like it hasn't. The ceiling's not. The infrastructure's not a problem, but it's just,
100%. Lane, you dump out like the trash can. I'm not even going to make you roll for this because this is just standard stuff that you would be able to see. You dump out trash can. You can see that there is like a variety of odds and ends in here, but you can see the remnants of a matching courier envelope, like matching packaging. You can see that the there are basically like 3 levels of packaging inside this thing. There's like the external like heavy duty envelope that would be going somewhere. There is an internal an additional more like paper envelope that is much more like a document file kind of envelope. And then also within that, you can see what looks to be fairly thick, like plastic envelope, kind of similar to like a card sleeve, if you think about that kind of texture, like some kind of protective additional layer.
Like thin, like that a piece of paper would slide into?
Possibly, yeah.
Hmm.
That is what the like most internal protective layer is, that kind of thin plastic packaging. The document file on the outside of it, you can see, is a file that is from a courier service. It is listed as, where are my notes? Oliveri Couriers. And it is a courier that they have like their business stamp on the back of it. It's located in like Italy is where it's like comes back from. It's from like all the way out in like central Italy.
International, right.
And it seems to have been an international shipping. Oliveri Couriers, it has a kind of like it has a serif font styling to it. It seems slightly more fancy than like an industrial couriering service. But the final external layer is a much more heavy-duty, bulk standard kind of external protective packaging for sending over long distances. And the sender on the back of the package is the equivalent of like a generic, like an eBay kind of style of website, and a generic kind of online marketplace website, but it doesn't have a address or a name listed as to who sent the letter, and
it doesn't list like the quantity or the item. You know, when it says like item, like Jersey ×1,
and it doesn't say where it's going.
On the front of it, it does say where it's going, but is addressed to a PO box in Serpentine. That does not actually have a name on it. And I will also say, Lane, as a person who you have dealt with plenty of logistics, both in your career, this strikes you as strange. This is a very anonymized piece of mail that seems kind of, if you had to make a guess, seems kind of shady.
And it certainly wasn't addressed to Keith. So what would have motivated Keith, first of all, to steal this thing, and then what the hell was in here?
Right, because on the outside it's just this generic courier thing, right?
Oliveri Couriers, Italy.
Yeah, okay. Kiera peering down the hallway. You find anything?
Kiera pops her head up from somewhere. Okay. Do I find anything?
What are you looking for?
Stuff.
He uses Link's body wash.
Oh, nice.
He uses a 3-in-1 shampoo and conditioner.
Yeah. Shampoo, conditioner,
3-in-1.
Yeah, 3-in-1.
Oh, body wash.
And a body wash. I'm just looking for more. Like, have I hit where the old, like, is there a lot of blood somewhere? Is there more
absolutely.
Altercation? Is there?
Going, like, looking, kind of following where that signs of a fight have been. You don't. The actual like blood stains and stuff don't actually progress much further than the living room. Like, it doesn't seem like the guy got that far.
Okay.
Maybe was trying to move down the hallway, but basically got like a couple steps inside the hallway and then got taken to the ground, you would assume, from the sign, like the way that the marks are on the carpeted floor. Down this way, you could see, like standard single bedroom place, bathroom, laundry. There is like a garage out the front that his car was not parked in, but also from a cursory glance, it seems to have very like standard. This does not strike you as a particularly strange house. Mm-hmm. If anything, it strikes you as a pretty regular guy. Mm-hmm. Looking in the like coming back to the room, I think that both now that Lane has kind of emptied out the waste paper, or emptied out the trash can, and now that you are coming at it from this angle, you can see that, like, maybe there's slightly more, like, junk food wrappers than you would expect, but also, like, there's a number of them that were in the trash can that kind of got emptied out, and there's a couple of them, like, down the side of the couch or, like, underneath the table, that is a little bit like, that's a lot, but it's not that weird. If you're a person that doesn't cook your own food, then you're like, yeah, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah, Sal being the confirmed bachelor that he is, just like hands on hips, like, brother, no, not like this, man, no way.
I think I've like flicked open the like body wash, and then I'm sneezing again.
Great.
Do you get the sense that these two were working together, maybe on, I don't know, stealing things from the mail service? And
I mean, well, we've only found one package, right? Like, it doesn't seem like it was a regular thing.
I mean, how are these guys connected? You know, other than one of them having a knife and the other one having wounds,
docks, right?
No, because
Did
the
they
other
both
guy
work at
wasn't
the
working
docks?
at the docks. No.
Yeah,
They both
no.
worked at the docks, didn't they?
Kyle
No.
didn't. Kyle's kind of a vagabond sort of guy,
Good
almost. Like
drifter.
a,
Keith,
Sorry,
Yeah.
the person, there was only one person that worked at the docks. The other guy was mentioned as being, like, having a criminal record.
Yeah,
That's
right. Keith.
Kyle
Yeah.
was the dock worker. Or Keith was the dock worker, and Kyle was the disheveled.
Actually,
Yeah.
I didn't think to ask this at the time, but I'm assuming it's information I would have gained on glancing at.
When you said history with law enforcement, was it all just petty stuff, or?
That would not have been included, because the thing that you were mostly looking at was more of an autopsy report that they've been like,
Yeah,
and it was more them
just
making a
clicked all
note
the
of like,
buttons.
we're pretty sure that this guy was involved in this fight, and like, and we have reason
I
to
see.
suspect that
I
because
see.
he has a record with law
Gotcha.
enforcement,
Right.
not necessarily his whole crew.
And like, I'm looking around the living room, like with the gaming setup. Are there like two controllers out, or is there one controller out and there's one glass and that's it? Like, he did
Seems
not
to just be one.
Yeah, cool. I don't know that
right.
he had any friends.
Well, yeah, right. So somehow Kyle figured out that Keith had this thing.
There must be a connection between the two of them. That's, I mean, assuming that this thing, whatever this was, that Keith stole from the docks, has something to do with this beautiful painting that I have in my London fog jacket.
Every time.
I kind of forgot about that. Yeah, I kind of forgot about that.
When Sal was looking through their effects, was there a cell phone?
There was not on either of them.
Okay. I
mean, yeah, if-
and then I start like lifting couch cushions. I'm like, where do I normally lose mine? And I'm lifting the couch cushion.
But
I'm
also,
lifting the couch.
if the cops have been through this place, there's a
Well, they
chance that
didn't
that stuff
find
ended up in
Evidence.
and I
evidence
start.
at the police station, not at the coroner's office. That'll be at the police station.
Right.
I thought they were one. I thought they were the same thing.
So this is like, there's the place where like autopsies happen, and there is the place where like the main evidence bank that would be like, hey, we went and looked at this crime scene.
Gotcha.
The stuff that you would have found in with the bodies is more like the personal effects they would
What was on the body at the time? Yeah.
Gotcha, like keys and coins and stuff.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
Okay.
Cool.
But you want to try and have a look around the room, see where you can just pick out from.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
But I think I pick something up, like a pen or something, to start lifting takeaway wrappers. You know?
Yeah, great, for sure.
No, sword. The bang. Sword.
When in doubt.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead and roll to, I would say, investigate a mystery.
Okay.
Roll plus sharp.
Can
8.
just quickly
I got
before
really excited because sorry, you go.
whilst Kiera manifests the sword to be like, I'm going to start looking,
Yeah.
can Sal very quickly take a photo of the room because Sal's like, we need to return this to how we found it because when the cops turn up.
So valid.
Sure. Sure. I will let that.
And then while
I'll let
Kiera's
it
doing
sink
that,
in.
Sal takes a photo and then like looks back at the monitor to check the front door, like if anyone's.
Absolutely. Sorry, Kiera, you got an 8.
I did. I momentarily thought I rolled a 9 on a d6. It's fine, guys. Don't worry about it.
That is a big success. So from investigator mystery questions, feel free to pick which one of those. I would probably say like what's being concealed here if you're trying to
Sounds
find
great to me.
hidden
Love
stuff.
that. What's being concealed?
up to
Yes,
you.
please.
Cool. Sal, you look back at the monitor and this is pointed out from the front door, correct? So you're keeping an eye on the street. Yeah. You can see that there is a car that seems to be like a very dark...
A Buick
like,
LeSabre.
No, not a Buick
I was
LeSabre.
just gonna say the same thing.
Oh, that's the one through line is the cars. No. It looks to be like a black, almost like matte black painted Tesla. That like did not hear any sound of it from like going down the street.
Bro.
And
Sal is like takes the picture and is like, yeah, you do what you got to do. Looks down and is like, no.
That you can see is parked like pretty much at the edge of frame. That is not you're not seeing, like, windows are tinted so you can't see if there's anybody inside of it, but certainly wasn't there when you went into the building.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I think Sal instinctively goes to like a window by the front door and does the like through the blinds.
For sure.
What the hell?
Go to try and have a look.
Yep.
The blinds are dusty and gummy.
Yep.
Yeah, 100%. Absolutely. Absolutely. Cool. You flick the blinds open a little bit. You from this angle, again, because it's kind of darker at night, you can't really see anything, but you can be keeping an eye on it just in case there is any movement from the car, for sure.
Yeah, and I'll just be like, guys, it's a car.
Are there any
I will
bookshelves
say-
in this place?
There's like a bookshelf.
All right. I'm keen on trying to find whatever was in this sleeve that was shipped. And I'm wondering, what would I do if I was going to hide something that I'd stolen? I would put it in a book. I would put it in a bookshelf. I would put it in a, something like that. So I'm going to look and see if any books jump out at me. Like, wow, this guy's pretty well read, or this is trash, or whatever. And then beyond that, I would like to sort of look and see, open a couple of them to see if anything falls out.
Sure, absolutely. You can start going through that. I will say, just a quick back for Sal, looking at the car, again, don't have to roll to kind of notice this sort of thing. You do notice that it doesn't have license plates.
Or that's illegal.
Yeah. But currently you can, like, give people the heads up and keep an eye on it as
Yeah. Sounds just like cool. Black Tesla, no license plate, tinted windows. This is okay.
Are we good? Are we good, Sal? Are we good?
Well, I haven't seen anyone come in or out, but that's suspicious as hell, man.
Pillows, blanket, things of Kiera going and looking around the room. Absolutely. Cool. You looking around here, upon trying to like dig out a number of things from the couch, you see the signs of someone that led a pretty solitary life. Plenty of scraps of things that have ended up in couch pockets. You also clock that there is like the power cord for a laptop that is going to the couch, but no computer. And
I will hunt for that, but I do think the cops probably took it. But I will.
Yeah, I think you surmise that pretty quickly. And you can also see that there is like a couple of notes, like scraps of paper that you do find around that are very very generic. Well, no, sorry, not to say very generic. I mean relatively nondescript. They're on like blank paper. They're not a lot of detail, but you can see that it has a lot of basically all of them are series of like numbers and letters in like one number, one letter. And that'll sometimes be like 12F or like 4G or whatever that might be.
And so not like tracking shipment numbers.
No,
necessarily.
not necessarily. But you can see a number of those.
Maybe? Cool. I'll take them.
Yeah, cool. Yeah. Wonderful. Lane, you start checking through a variety of the bookshelves, or variety of the books. It's a lot of you gather this is probably a lot of an old collection of like books that this person got it because they had to read them in high school and has just held on to. It's not a lot of modern reading things. There's certainly it carries a wide breadth of such a wide breadth that you're like, this is not someone that is dedicated to reading about a particular topic. This is like a smattering of things that they have inherited across their lifetime.
Scarlet Letter, The Great Gatsby.
Catcher in the Rye.
Yeah, a lot of those kinds of things.
Yep.
And you can see that there's like a training manual for the local dockyard. That is the kind of like, the health and safety guide, or the like, make sure that this is where you go, where things need to be put, all that kind of thing. But you don't, like, upon flicking through a variety of stuff, you don't see any sign of like anything that falls out of the pages or anything particularly that seems particularly pertinent. Okay. At the moment that you're flicking through all this stuff on the bookcase, again, all three of you get another text message on the group chat that just says, "What the fuck?" in ...
What?
Yeah, from Officer Intigot.
I'm not responding.
Like WYM question mark. What do you mean?
There is a very discreetly taken photo of, like, in motion blur of what looks to be a section of the slab where, like, the body got torn away. It's like the edge of the thing that is just, like, very quickly swiped in the camera photo.
It was an accident.
I told you to look at stuff. Why are you stealing bodies?
Don't respond.
What? I started typing. She can see the 3 dots.
Just back out. Sometimes you just gotta back out.
But then she'll know that I was gonna write something and then we didn't write it.
You gotta eat it. You just gotta eat it, man.
Maybe I should write something like, like
it's up to you. I wouldn't.
Don't worry about it, or
don't mention my name.
Lane says don't worry about it. Like, no.
Lane,
you know what? I'm just gonna leave it sitting there.
Smiley face.
Maybe it'll stall her, right? She'll wait for me to keep writing stuff, but I'm never actually gonna write anything.
Perfect idea.
Sweet. And then I'll just go back to the window, like, oh, come on.
Wonderful. You can see that, like, going back to the window, the conversation on the phone has distracted you enough or pulled you away from the window enough that you can now see someone is actually crossing the street from the direction of the car.
Jesus God. Shit. Guys, someone's coming. What the fuck?
What do we do? What do we do?
Looks to be looks okay. In order, here are the things that occur to your mind. Looks to be someone reasonably tall, kind of a shorter haircut. Can't tell immediately in the silhouette of a particular gender. Also wearing a very heavy coat. Seems to be heading for the front door.
Oh God, come in this way.
At which point you also remember that, like, most of the curtains in this place are open, and if any of them tries to look in this building, they will probably see you. What do you want to do?
Someone's coming. We need to. God damn it!
Step out the sliding door and
sliding door and
cool. And boost it over a fence in the backyard.
And I'm like looking, doing this, being like, oh God, they're coming right here. As I turn and Lane and Kiera are already out the door, and I'm like, oh God.
There's 2 options: leaving or sword.
Leaving is a good idea. I'm gonna try and remotely turn off the GoPro.
Okay, great.
I love how this is theoretically a horror and it's just comedy the whole way through.
Yeah, this is what it turns into, right?
Yeah.
This is you have all the funny episodes and then there's like two of them. That's the finale that are super scary. Cool. Go ahead and roll to act under pressure to turn off your GoPro in time. Kiera, you go to hit out the back of the building. Is that the plan?
With my sword.
With your sword. Cool. Manifest sword. Open the ranch slider. Immediately tear the do not cross tape because this is not the way you came into the building.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Can I retcon that? Because I was cautious of it.
Absolutely, yes.
Yeah, cool.
So you're going to try and get out the window, or are you trying to...
100% out the window.
Cool. Great.
Yeah.
Lane, what are you doing?
I run up to where Sal is at the window, and I look through. I want to see who this is. Who is it?
Yeah, absolutely.
No, I don't know, but like they're heading this way. Turn it off.
Kira's going to boost out the window, and
I got a total of 8 for act under pressure to turn my thing off.
Sick.
Nice.
Great. Absolutely. Kira, you wanting to head around the back?
No, going to head around just going to slide down the front of the house now, just to potentially flank if required.
Okay, sure. Is this from inside the building or once you're outside the building?
Outside the building.
Cool, great, awesome. Cool, you start sliding down the side of the building. You, Sal, managed to turn the GoPro off.
Yeah.
And I mean, immediately lose your clearer view of what's going on outside and have to kind of go back to peeking through windows.
Where did Kiera go? Where's Kiera?
She left out the window.
Oh, that's probably... Yeah, should we go? We should go.
Okay.
You see this person, like, as you're watching them, Lane, you see this person go through kind of the same steps that Yul just did. Like, you see this person kind of rock up to the building, take a little bit of a view of what it looks like from the outside, go and take a peek inside the back window of the vehicle.
Back up. Sal,
trying to have a look around. Kiera, I will say roll to act under pressure to see how well you can like sneak around the side of the building.
Come on.
Lane, if they get any closer, they're going to be able to see inside the house. We have to figure out how we...
It's an 8.
I got an idea.
Okay.
8.
Wonderful. Okay. So with a mixed success on act under pressure, you get a worse outcome, a hard choice, or a price to pay. I think you are moving around the building and you see the moment where like this individual is kind of faced in more so towards the car. You can see them looking through the back window and trying to survey what might be inside. And as that's happening, you are catching the like edges of the tiniest bit of like reflective light of Sal and Lane inside the building as they're like moving across the surface that would be reflecting on a wall, and it's just catching their like shadow kind of obscuring it a little bit. You're seeing the essences of movement from inside the building as they're trying to sneak their way out as well.
Mm-hmm.
In this moment, you can tell that when this person turns around, they are either going to see you or they are going to know that someone's in the building.
Mm-hmm.
Which of those options would you prefer?
Lane,
Did Dave put his hand up for a reason?
Yep.
I did. I want to add on. I want to tag on to this situation if I can, because my intent when that person turned around to face the house again, I wanted to turn on the front floodlight.
Oh, the porch light?
The porch light, so that I can get. I want to see who they are. So I'm just gonna, as they turn around, and I don't know how that affects. I mean, maybe that adds the complication here, but I turn the light on to get a view of their face, if possible.
Absolutely. I will say that will basically buy like a moment of action before that situation would come into effect. So like they are going to have a moment of that kind of light blindness as the lights initially turn on, but the same thing still kind of applies eventually, Kiera.
Yeah.
They're either going to see you or they're going to start looking further in the house.
I want to toss like a brick in
The brick.
The brick. Most useful tool in a mystery.
But
Hell yeah.
like to draw attention away from.
Cool. Okay. Awesome.
Right.
You.
And ultimately, if I have to make that choice, I will choose me.
Yeah, great.
I'll get rid of the sword. And, yeah.
Hell yeah.
But it will be
From
bad because I won't be good at this. Yeah.
From inside the building, Sal and Lane, you kind of move along the internal part of the building.
Yeah.
And Lane, you get up to like the front door, ready to flick the light switch on. It's one of those kind of like wooden doors that has the little like fan of windows that you're able to kind of see through a little bit.
Maybe we're both at the door, like trying to look, like beside each other.
And you flick the motion lights on, and immediately this person is lit up into full view. You see a individual that looks to be like more kind of more like butch style woman, has that kind of like pompadour sort of sweep of a haircut, is in a very heavy like long brown coat, and I will say all of you do recognize this individual. This individual is someone that you have not interacted with, but you have maybe even avoided trying to interact with in previous situations, because for the most part, you've known them to not be on the same side of invested interests that you have been on. This is an individual called Mel, who you know works for an individual that lives out in Maxillary Point, a guy called Raymond, who, for the purposes of your team playbook, this Raymond is the reflavoring of your enemy, of a particular power-hungry individual that is often a collector of very fancy artifacts, very important pieces of work. And Mel, you know, is like basically a member of their not fully described as like private security, maybe gets referred to more as like part of Raymond's kind of like entourage of sorts, but can for sure fuck someone up given the opportunity.
When the lights come on and we realize who it is, I think both Lane and Sal at the same time are like, "Oh shit!"
And I think we both go, "Oh shit, Mel."
Yeah.
We know
shit, Mel. Yeah. Oh.
Well, we know one
lights
thing.
go on. Kiera, from outside, you chuck the brick like out further towards the street, I imagine.
Oh yeah,
in an area,
other direction.
Yeah,
Just at the garage.
I don't know.
Throw it into like a bunch of trash cans that will make the most noise.
Why not?
Yeah.
Absolutely. And you can see Mel kind of like hands up to the face a little bit, turns towards the sound, and upon that light coming on and the like noise from outside, there's a brief moment where Mel also doesn't seem on the warpath, seems a little bit more on the same vibe as you, Kiera, of the like, fuck, someone's here. And kind of turns and looks, and then still kind of blinking towards the sound, like pulls the edges of their coat up and starts walking away from the light in your direction, and kind of comes along the side of the building to try and get out of the way of like the motion sensor, and then eventually, when the light blindness has kind of cleared from her vision, stops and looks down at you, is like, well, hey there, fancy seeing you. And that's where we're gonna leave things for this adventure.
Oh my god!
Hey, we're at time. I hope you all are enjoying the weirdness so far. We're getting into the swing of things, playing some new characters and trying out some new systems. So thanks for coming and joining in on the story. I know it all seems weird, but I promise we will get to a resolution of the mystery in due course. Yeah, I hope you all are having fun.
Hell yeah, this is great. I love these characters too. This is good.
Yeah.
Very
Hell yeah.
strange. Very strange. I did not expect that body to be like that. That was cool. Very creative.
That
Yeah.
was
Very
cool.
weird.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
some weird stuff going on.
Yeah.
I mean,
And gross.
you'll play RPGs all the time. I'm not just going to throw a vampire at you. You kidding
Yeah,
me?
right.
Why?
Yeah.
Why
We
did
gotta
I
do the
think
weird
that- Oh my
stuff.
god, you're
That's
so
so
right.
cool.
Yeah.
Ruby,
I'm
thank you
an
so
idiot.
much.
Nice work,
Thanks for
Ruby.
taking the
Yeah.
reins. That's so good.
course.
So good.
I hope you're enjoying a slightly different flavor of story.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
You guys
Yep.
are a joy to play with, and I'm excited for Josh to join us next week or in 2 weeks when we come back on the 11th / 12th. But yeah, awesome stuff. Thank you so much for this. Thanks to everybody who's hanging out with us in the chat. As always, we love you and we appreciate you being here and getting goofy in the chat. Let's go around the table and say some things that we want to say. What do you feel? How do you feel about that? Let's start with Ruby.
Oh, hello. I'm Ruby. I'm running the game this time and I'm having a great time doing it. It's very fun to get to hold all the secrets at the start and be like, trust me, you got this. I do this a whole bunch. I'm a professional GM and also performer in various different things. You can check out my stuff all over the place at This Is Ruby Okay. Also, my life is abundant with Monster of the Week at the moment. In next Sunday, I believe. Actually, I should double check that is actually the time. But yes, Kiwi RPG Week is coming up, which is a really cool event for a bunch of New Zealand content creators and game designers and things like that. If you didn't know, Monster of the Week is a game created by a dude from New Zealand, which is extremely cool. And I am going to be running another Monster of the Week mystery next Sunday for that. It's with a whole bunch of different people, including Jules, who came and played along for the Scum and Villainy game here over on Guild Superior. So some more guild friends. We are going to be doing a night shift team game, which is basically them working at a semi-paranormal big box supermarket. And it'll be a very fun time. So if you want to come and check that out.
If it's Sunday for us, is it Saturday for them? Is it Sunday for us?
It'll be Sunday for us, so it will be Saturday for y'all.
Where can we find that? Is that going to be streamed live?
Yes, it is on. It's on the Kiwi RPG Twitch channel. It starts at 7 p.m. Central, 12 p.m. New Zealand time. It'll if you look up Kiwi RPG Week 2026, you will find the website with the whole schedule of stuff because there's stuff going on throughout the week.
There's a bunch of stuff happening all through the week. Yeah.
Or they are also
time conversion. Sorry, continue.
Yeah, thanks. 2 hours. There is also a Twitch channel which is slightly tricky to spell because it is in Te Reo, which I love, but hard to do by voice. So I will.
Kimi Whakatau Aotearoa.
Yeah, I'll chuck it in the Twitch chat for people that want to check it out. But yeah, if you want more Monster of the Week in your life, come along to that.
Nice.
Otherwise, I will see you in 2 weeks' time here, and I will pass to Alan.
Hey, that's me. I'm Alan Henry. I'm a thoroughly strange person. I was playing Sal Burnside, purple belt at the Gojo Ryu Karate Dojo. Sal is the searcher hunter playbook, so he's very much invested in like finding mysteries and weird things happening, and is always keen to jump to the weird explanation first. So I'm really digging his vibe of having like a divine creature with him and just be like, yep, absolutely, that's a thing that happens. But also Lane just rolling up a piece of human canvas and being like, what a lovely piece of artwork. So very stoked to be part of this, and I can't wait to see where we go next.
That might have been the yickiest part of today, actually.
Yeah,
It wasn't even the horror itself.
Yeah, it wasn't even the horror. It was just Lane being like, "Oh, human canvas." You say,
was that too much? Was that too much?
What are you going to do with it?
I don't know if it was too much.
I'm so sorry.
I think it was a really great glimpse
It was
of what
fantastic.
Lane is.
It was fantastic.
Yeah.
I will bow over to Emily.
Awesome. Things that I have to say. I'm Emily. I played Kiera. I had a great time. Thank you so much for this, Dave and Ruby. That was solidly awesome, and I'm really looking forward to coming back and continuing this adventure. Yeah, I'll hear back to Dave.
Thank you so much. I love playing games with you so much. Ruby, fantastic. I'm so excited that we're doing this, that we got around to making this happen with all the busy schedules and everything, and that we have the gang here. Really, really appreciate you all very much. I got to play Lane Cavanagh, who is a tech bro cultist. I'm using the Initiate playbook, and he is the cult is the company that he works for, Human Environs and Logistics Limited. HELL as it goes. So I think there's probably going to be more to that story at some point, but very, very excited to see how things go with the dynamic between all of these characters and this very, very weird mystery that we have discovered. So thank you so much. We have a couple of things happening. Let me remember. Tomorrow, GM Shiv is coming back. The gang is back for our part 3, our finale of our Simba Room story. So you'll want to stop by 1 p.m. Central tomorrow for that. We're taking a break the rest of the week to do some vacation and R&R type stuff. And then we'll be back in July, on the first Thursday of July, with Jose Ortiz stepping back behind the GM screen to run some 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons in the Dale lands of Faerun. Very excited for that. We have a great cast lined up for that. And then in August, we'll be diving into some Dark Space, which I'm very excited about. Have not played Dark Space, but it is a space type. It's kind of like a Scum and Villainy, but it's using the Shadow Dark rules, which is really cool. So there's a group that put together some sort of a port of that system into space. So looking forward to that, and other things like New Varden and such down the line as well. That's all I'll say for now, because we all have things that we need to go do with the rest of our day. So thank you very much for being here. We'll find someone to raid into. Thanks to everybody who's been hanging out in the chat, spending time with us. We really do appreciate you all. It gives us a little bit of a goose of energy to have you there along with us as we're investigating these mysteries. So thank you very much. We will see you in 2 weeks with more Monster of the Week. Take it easy.